Hello, everyone, and welcome back to today's session of Tales from Tuatha. We're bringing you the stories of adventure, danger, loss, and heroic triumph from a land within our imaginations. Bringing you these tales today is Nerida the Drowned.
Hello.
Cora Hilltopple.
I am prepared to murder everything between me and my goal.
That's a lot of murder, probably. Harbakir Toll Middleek.
Hello. I'm going to do a normal amount of murder.
I don't know what that is, even. Lost.
Jesus Christ, what's going on with our group?
We're following the normal, like, D&D trajectory of becoming murder hobos. Chance.
I'm going to do a lot of murder!
And welcome to Woodfarrell.
I'd prefer not to do any murder, but I'm flexible on that.
We have like 2 voices of sanity out of 6, so it's not looking good.
Yeah.
I don't know. Murder flexible is not the most sane. Like, I'll kill. It's fine.
She prefers to steal. We already know that.
All right. Thank you for being with us today to share in our tale. Very sorry to anyone who turned up last week, which is probably no one, but whatever. We were having internet trouble last week and couldn't get anything to work because Comcast is really cool, and so are internet monopolies.
First you, Comcast.
Anyway, here is what happened last time. Having defeated the ghosts of the demon Metakiri and his son Raphistus, the party once again found themselves in a great void. Once more they spoke with the dark tiefling, who suggested that in order to escape the Everwar, they should disrupt the events that were playing out before them, but only at the zenith of the action, when the wisps which seemed to fuel the Everwar might be most distracted. The Dark Tiefling also appealed to them to help him if he should call on them to do so, and Lost hastily agreed before his friends could protest. The party then awoke around a smothered campfire by Logarius, Dalen, and the 2 unnamed knights that they had been traveling with in the Everwar. They continued with their party to Rosemound after a few unsuccessful attempts to dissuade the would-be king from retreating there, as Welgwyn informed her friends that a mysterious cataclysm occurred at Rosemound that is not well documented by history. At Rosemound, the party met with Graham Ronto, a young general devoted to Logarius and the Covenant of Free Men. Logarius was informed that the barons he had appealed to for troops had declined to commit to the Covenant of Free Men. Discouraged, Logarius asked Dalen of the mysterious benefactor who may help them, and Welgwyn spied on their private conversation which followed. She learned that the benefactor, known to Dalen as Sathurii, claimed to be a great wizard who has power over the Hells. She also saw Dalen speaking into a red crystal that he kept within his cloak. Cora attempted to get the villagers to flee the town, but unfortunately was unsuccessful. While the party discussed what Welgwyn had seen, the townspeople began to panic, and the specters that inhabit the Everwar congregated around the Cathedral of Ilmater in the center of town. Breaking down the door with the help of Logarius revealed Visor Dalen at the altar, ritualistically sacrificing the head priest. As Dalen plunged the red crystal into the heart extracted from the dismembered corpse, black tendrils reached out and transformed both Dalen and Logarius. After a harrowing battle, Dalen reverted to his human form and begged the party for mercy, but Nerida and Alik gave none and quickly dispatched him. And that brings us to now, as Alik slams the crusher down on Dalen's head, just splatters into blood. As it does, the blood morphs, transforms, like turns into wisps. The black wisps which were congregating around Dalen's body scatter in all directions. The landscape around you starts to erode, crumble away, shifts, warps, turns into darkness. And all is darkness once more. You don't see your friends. Everything fades. Chance. As the darkness of the void consumes you, your consciousness drifts, lofts, and floats, and settles into a calm. The world you've known your entire life fades into a dream, and as a lamplight with no fuel dims and softly fades. Slowly, a steady flame fades into view before you in the dark. It is the size of a man and has no fuel source that you can find. The flame wavers and whips, growing and diminishing, and as it does, blurred images appear within it. Looking closely, you recognize the scene. 6 full-grown men stand before a young, dark tiefling. They strike the boy and push him into the dirt. They begin to kick. Watching this, you realize that your calm persists and your mind is clear. As the men kick the child, the flame seethes and dances, seemingly beckoning you. Standing alone in the darkness, however, you feel peaceful and still. Meanwhile, the flame begs for your touch.
I'm gonna reach out and touch it.
As you reach into the fire, its heat scorches your flesh. The pain is immense and immediate. The fire goes wild, flaring and subsiding, lashing out onto your arm and burning and searing. But amidst the pain, amidst the anguish and submission and utter lack of control, you feel something more. It reaches into your soul and beseeches you to allow it to consume you. It is power. It is fury. It is aggression and chaos, and it is everything you could ever need to ensure that you are never beaten again, that you are never restrained again, that you are never defied again. It lives in stark contrast to the peace you felt a moment ago. The flame urges you to be consumed, but another feeling flows through you as well. A feeling of restraint and control. It bids you to step away. The flame swells and dances.
I'm gonna let it consume me.
All right. Every portion of your flesh, wreathed in flame, screams in agony. And yet, the power is there. It is inside this chaos. You sense it. You know it can be yours to wield. Though you feel as if you may be torn apart, you press into the center of the inferno. You've sustained many injuries in your life. You've received fists, blades, fire, ice. Nothing compares. The flame is all about you, searing every inch of you. Your mind is reeling, screaming, and yet you stand within the torrent of pain and embrace it. Each moment feels as a lifetime. As your vision is filled with the fire, your consciousness fades. Welgwyn.
Hey.
The breeze is salty and makes you sneeze. You've been in Grey Shallow for nearly 2 weeks, but haven't yet acclimated to the briny air or smell of fish at the harbor. You mean to set sail for Lucidia and make way to Thaura to visit your banker, Troyax. You've made a decent coin in this harbor city, and fat purses are the ripest for picking. Best to lighten the load before setting upon the next grift. Still, you can't help thinking of that chest that must be under the counter at Yoshimura's pub, holding the bets of this week's swellow race. You wonder for a moment how watching a few barnacle-scraped deckhands swim around a buoy, half of the time spent trying to drown each other, could relieve people of so much precious metal. Then again, it's perhaps a step above the crab fights. There's a certain folksy charm to the competition. Perhaps you could nick the purse while the bar is busy before you make your way to the bank.
Yeah, I'll head over to the bar.
It's evening, and the bar is likely to be crawling with drunken sailors and fishermen. As you enter, Yoshimura's is lively as ever. Winston Dramley belts a gruff shanty as the sailors slam their tankards on the tables and sing along, slurring most of the lyrics. Yoshi himself is behind the bar for now, but boy does he like to mix with the sailors. It's surprising that none of them have noticed, though they're likely cutting the curvy course, as the locals say, and too inebriated to understand his affections as more than an average tender of bar. It might be lonely, though you've seen at least one younger deckhand take to his room after hours, so he's not totally hopeless. If he could be moved, you have a notion where the swelling take might be relative to the end of the bar.
Do I see anyone around? Do I know what his type is?
You've been in town for a few weeks, and you've been to Yoshi's several times. You know he likes the more gentle of appearance men.
Do I see anybody around the room that I think he would be interested in?
Now that you're looking around, you actually notice, while Yoshi is tending bar, he occasionally takes a few glances towards a table in the corner of the room where a few sailors are sitting, seemingly sort of cajoling and mocking each other. A very young, slender deckhand sits all the way in the corner, keeping mostly to himself.
Okay, I'm gonna wander over towards Yoshi. I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna say, "Hey, how's it going over here tonight? How you doing?"
He sort of sniffs a bit and is, swirling his rag in a tankard. It's good to see you again, Welgwin. It's been a couple days.
Yeah, it's been a while. What's it? It's crazy here tonight. Have you been super busy? What's going on here?
Well, the swelling race is right around the corner. Everyone's kind of getting ginned up, getting antsy.
Oh gosh, I always forget about that.
A couple of larger ships have just come into port too. Plenty of new faces around.
Oh, that's awesome. Hey, did you see that guy over there in the corner? The guy who's kind of like sitting with that group?
Sort of blushes a bit and takes an extra pause at you before he looks over to the corner, sort of pretending he hasn't noticed this person. Oh, yeah, what about him?
It's just so embarrassing. What is that guy's name? You know him, right?
I can't say that I've met him personally yet.
Oh, that's so weird. I thought he was talking about you earlier. I thought I heard him talking with some of his friends about you. It sounded like he knew you or something. I'm sorry. That's so confusing. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be to make it confusing there.
That's strange. Perhaps I should introduce myself.
Yeah, I mean, gosh, I thought you guys were friends based off of the way that he was talking about you, so,
He sort of looks around a bit, fusses with things under the bar a little bit. Your drink will have to wait a moment. I'll be right back.
Oh, hey, no worries. Take your time. I'm going to try to look around and see if there's anybody looking in my direction. Is anybody watching me?
So the place is incredibly raucous. There are a few people at the bar, but they're kind of looking away or sloshed. They're singing along as well to the sea shanties being sung in the bar. This is inappropriate music.
Are there any drinks near me on the bar?
Yeah, so the patron to your left has a tankard. You would guess there isn't a lot left in it at this point.
I'm going to reach over and kind of stretch my hand out and accidentally knock his drink over back towards back where Yoshi was standing.
Okay. Just slash the
my
drink
gosh.
the other side there.
I'm so sorry about that. I've had a couple too many drinks tonight. Are you okay? Did I get anything on you?
He's like, what? What are you talking about?
Oh, I'm so sorry, man. I spilled your drink. I am so sorry. That was so rude of me. Let me, gosh, Yoshi's in the other room. Let me grab you another drink. Let me grab you one more drink.
He's like grasps over where the tankard was. Where'd it go? Who are you?
I'm so sorry. 1 second, man. Let me get you another one of those. And I'm going to try to jump over across to the other side of the bar.
All right, roll stealth.
Okay. And that's plus 7, so 22.
That's pretty damn good. You very deftly, the bar is like right up to your eyes, so if you duck just slightly, you can duck right down underneath it, and it looks like no one is actually back there. You slide around. It's noisy, but you're nearly silent.
Can I see where the money is being held?
So beneath the bar, there are a bunch of stacked tankards, a bunch of rags, and then a bunch of like lemons and limes and things like that. You notice there seems to be some sort of chest pushed behind and covered loosely by a bunch of rags.
Hey man, just 1 sec. I'm just gonna mop this up back here. You give me 1 sec. I'll get your drink for you in just a second.
Okay.
All right.
Whatever.
I'm gonna reach into the rag pile and see if I can open up that chest.
It is locked.
Can I try to pick the lock?
You can try to pick the lock. Roll sleight of hand.
Do I have my gloves in this situation, or
No, you do not.
Alright. That's fine.
In fact, you're level 1. No, just kidding.
So that's a 25.
Get through the lock, no problem. This is sort of it's a larger port town, but the people here are mostly yokels compared to the people you've known in Thaura and other major cities. They don't have sophisticated locking mechanisms, even on their chests full of lots of money. Right open. Inside the chest, there are several pouches. As you sort of tug at them, they feel quite heavy.
Can I get an idea of how much money, if I was to estimate how much money is in all of them combined, or like?
It depends on what kind of coin are in them. It could be anywhere from 100 gold to 2,000 gold total, depending on how much platinum, gold, silver, and copper is in there.
Okay. I would like to quickly. Do I have my other stuff on me? If it's not something that I got, if it's like something that I had when I started out.
You have like a basic pack and stuff like that. You don't have any magical daggers or anything.
That's fine. I just want to make sure I have my ball bearings. I would like to swap out. How many total little pouches are there?
You count 5.
Okay, I'd like to swap out the coins in. Do I have like a? I have like a bag or something. I'd like to dump the coins from the pouches into a bag or a. What do I have that I can throw that into? I have a water skin. Can I empty those into my water skin and fill those bags back up with ball bearings?
You think you could quickly cut a hole in your water skin and fill it up that way? Yeah. Roll sleight of hand again to make this quiet.
And that's an 18.
Yep. So, not quite silently, the coins clink a bit, and there's a slight ripping noise, but the bar is very loud, and you think probably no one else heard it but you. You manage to fill up your water skin with coin and replace what was there with ball bearings.
Okay, I'd like to close the box up, shove it back under the rags, and mop up the spill that I have caused here.
All right.
And then replace the gentleman's beer with a fresh beer.
Okay. You do so, and as you replace his beer, you notice Yoshimura sort of glancing back towards the bar.
All right, I'm gonna. Can he see me? Do I think he sees me?
Roll perception.
And that is... Uh, 19.
You're pretty certain he has not seen you, but he's starting to get a little suspicious about where you went.
Okay, can I sneak back along the outside of the bar and...
Yep,
Get
we'll
out
just
without
use your
being seen?
previous stealth roll and say, sneak
Okay.
back out from behind the bar, and no problem, you've made it out.
Cool. All right, I'm going to head over to Yoshi and see how it's going with him.
He's sort of chatting it up with the young fellow, seems to be blushing at the excess attention in his typical manner. He's keeping it lighthearted, trying to portray himself as the bartender and the owner of the establishment and just trying to enjoy guests, but he is... You notice that he's obviously paying extra attention to this young man.
Okay, so I'm going to go over, and since they seem like they're having a nice time, I'm not going to interrupt them, but I'm going to wave goodbye to him and slip out of the bar.
Bye, Wegwin. She's great. Good friend, never betray you.
Okay.
All right. Back out on the street, you've brokered passage on the Ilmater, which is a small trading cog bound for Lucidia. You know, what is it called? The Dock Street, as they call them here, which is basically like a lot of the streets of the city are built up on docks and buildings even suspended over the ocean nearby, as there's kind of like a gradual beach out into the bay. But you hear just a violent explosion. You see a small flare just a bit away from you.
Can I tell... Do I know, like, what the area is that it's coming from?
It seems to be sort of between a couple warehouses back down by the dock area. There's hardly anyone else out on the dock streets now. Most people are in taverns or houses or working warehouses.
What time does my boat leave?
It leaves in the morning.
Okay. And what time is it right now?
It's certainly nighttime. You would guess like 10 or 11 o'clock.
Okay. All right, I'll go sneak over and see what's going on.
All right. You run over to investigate. Let's change again. You weave your way through the dock streets towards the noise, towards the flare of light. Once you arrive, the scene is unlike any you've encountered. Bodies, charred and burnt, lie scattered along the dock street. The armor they bear is so badly scorched, it takes a moment before you recognize the watchful eye of the spellcaster's authority embossed onto it. Small flames flicker atop forming embers in the planks that make up the dock streets. At the epicenter, a naked tiefling, unconscious but breathing, lies curled and alone. His white hair spills out from between his upturned horns. As you're looking at him, a playing card swept up in the evening wind sails past your face.
Can I grab it as it goes by?
Roll sleight of hand. You catch it. Examining the card, it appears to be the King of Diamonds. Although, looking at the back, very carefully, though the light is dim, you hold your lantern up a bit. It looks a bit strange. Seems like it may be marked.
I like marked cards, so I'll put that in my pocket. Is there anyone else around, or just the tiefling and the dead bodies?
There's no one else around.
All right, I'm gonna walk over carefully towards him and see if he's awake or if he's unconscious.
He is currently unconscious but breathing.
Okay.
As you sort of examine him, takes in a big breath, and his eyes open. Chance, that's you.
Oh, I know.
Hey, buddy, is everything okay?
I guess so now.
I would ask you if you dropped this playing card. I just saw it, but since you don't seem to have any pockets, I'm like afraid to know the answer to that.
Wait, which one is it? And I want to pull out the rest of my cards.
Which one do you think it is?
And everything is gone from your body. You're just totally naked.
Man. This is like the third time this has happened.
What has happened, though?
Well, people don't like tieflings. I'm a tiefling. Sometimes when I make some money off of people with my cards, they don't like the result, and they think they can kick my ass. And sometimes, a lot of times, they're right, but a few times, no.
Are you always naked when these kind of interactions happen? Because
I mean, I have end up that way. I don't know how. It's not by choice.
While you're having this discussion, when you realize, or you're just sort of thinking to yourself, the captain of the Ilmater would surely be amenable to an extra passenger with sufficient coin.
Also, lady, you got like a blanket or something?
do I have anything on me? Let me check through my stuff and see if I got something I can spare you.
You have
There's
like
an extra blouse.
a bedroll and some fabric that you might be able to sort of quickly convert into a small cloak.
Okay, I'll kind of try to tie a little bit of that around him.
All right.
Thank you
All
very
right,
much.
this will work for a second, but we got to get you out of here because you're gonna like start a mob or flash somebody or something, and I guess now you're my responsibility. So,
Well, I mean, I've done this before, but yeah, sure.
where are you from and where are you going?
Both of the answers don't really matter, but away from this.
All right, you got any money on you? Again, I'm afraid to know the answer to that question, but
No, it looks like the one of the guys still got away with my money.
all right. Well, you want to go to Thara?
Anywhere that isn't here.
All right. I like your style, so I got a boat leaving in the morning, and honestly, I could use some help. You're not the only one here who has occasionally earned some money using less than traditional methods. So, if you'd be willing to spend a little time helping me earn back your passage, I think I could work something out with the captain of the boat.
Hey, if it gets me clothes at this point, yeah, I'm in.
All right. Should we head on over there? Is the boat currently docked? Can I?
It is currently docked, and you
All right.
can sleep in your cabin for the night there.
All right. Well, come on. We should talk to the captain if we're going to add somebody else. So, what's your name, by the way?
Chance.
Oh, that is perfect. I'm Welgwyn Woodbarrel of the Wood Barrels. It's not a big thing. It doesn't matter, but of the Wood Barrel.
I've never heard of him, but nice to meet you.
With that, you head off to the Ilmater to rest for the night and sail out in the morning and escape both of the difficult situations you've brought in this city. All right. Everyone else, we're now including everybody. Dust cakes your nostrils and chaps your lips. Prying open your eyes takes some effort. The cold wind blows more dust into your eyes, and you right yourself and stand. Protruding from the dry, cracked ground around you, the foundation blocks of stone forming ancient and partially buried walls, sunken uneven and broken arise. You appear to be in the ruins of some town, long abandoned, long forgotten. Despite barely jutting a few feet from the ground, the stone blocks cast long shadows as the sun sets in the west. Everyone is awake.
We're all back to real land?
Are we? I mean,
Is there the
I don't know where we are.
Where are we? And is everyone there?
Everyone is there. Again, you find yourself sort of what looks like the ruins of a town. Looking around the landscape, everything feels different. Immediately, you smell, the grass below you, though it's dead. You smell the dust and dirt, which is unusual compared to the last couple of days.
I'm gonna look
All the
up
scenery
at the
is
sky.
like very well defined as it was before you entered the Everwar. There's no dark void anywhere. The sky above you has some forming storm clouds off to the east and a few sparse clouds out to the west, gently caressed by the sun turned pink and orange.
Am I still horribly wounded?
Everyone is horribly wounded.
Are we in a pit?
You are not in a pit that you can see.
And there's not no...
I recognize any major landmarks or anything from a city I've been to before.
You have certainly never been here. Can roll history if you think you might know what this is.
History.
Can I help with that?
I have ranger
Yep, if you're proficient, you can assist.
I cannot roll on history. Someone else want to do a history?
Yeah, I'll roll history. It's a 28.
That's good.
So, keeping in mind how you traveled the last couple days, and you sort of have read up on Rosemound a bit, you are in the ruins of Rosemound. But it is modern day again. It is.
Do I know if this is what they would normally have looked like before us going back in time?
You haven't seen any artist depictions of it, but you've read descriptions that there was, foundations of buildings left, a few sort of stone walls, most of the model and daub or dirt or clay walls have been destroyed, and wood walls would have faded and rot by now. Yeah.
And would we be able to see the wall from here or anything like that?
You're very far from the wall. Welgwyn, you know that the ruins of Rosemound are north of Pibozero by a good 30 miles or so.
Hey guys, I think that we're in Rosemound right now. Do you think that when we were traveling in that weird world, we were traveling in reality as well?
Maybe.
Likely at this point.
Where's Rosemound in relation to where we were?
We're a bit north of Pibozero.
Pibozero was where we
distance
were at
north.
the wall?
That was with the
Werewolf guys.
Werewolf boys, yeah.
Oh, so we're back in Lotharia.
Yeah.
So that's something?
Is Roy with us?
Roy is nowhere to be seen.
God damn it.
He orchestrated the whole thing.
What about the supplies, though?
Exactly.
Yeah.
What about the money for the supplies?
Didn't we
More
already
importantly,
Roy?
what about his creative holding thing or whatever? We're gonna rob him of that at some point.
Yeah, so before we got thrown in the hole and all that, we had unloaded the supplies from Roy's hole, right?
That's correct. You unloaded all the supplies out of Roy's hole.
Did we get paid?
No, we didn't
No.
get paid for Roy's hole.
We got to go back to Daura if we want to get paid, probably.
Well, yeah, I mean, it seems like we're back. We're out of the Everwar, if that's really where we were. But yeah, how did we get here is one question, but should we go back to the wall and see the aftermath of the battle that stuck us there?
Nah.
Fuck that shit.
Concern. I'm worried about this tiefling and the giants, and soldiers can fight their own wars. They're not the ones that need protecting.
We are not in the duty to any nation as of yet, other than delivering the supplies, which we did. We are simply mercenaries trying to seek the best path forward. As the dwarf did say, giants abound, and I would like to continue my pursuit of them.
Yeah, well, anything that involves giants, I don't expect you to be exactly impartial about. But very well, we have other tasks at hand. We were just trying to get the supplies delivered, and delivered we did.
Do I remember if it was Teloria that was going to pay us, or if it was someone at the wall?
It was Teluria. Well, Teluria had sort of offered you the contract and the money. I don't remember if she specified that she was going to pay you herself, or she just said that you would be paid and that the contract is worth 5,000 gold.
Hey, if we're curious, I could try calling the captain and see if she's still alive.
Marylane?
That sounds like a good plan.
Alright, I will cast sending at Captain Marylane.
Do you have the spell levels left to do that?
I do.
All right, you cast sending to Captain Marylane.
Oh no.
How you doing?
That's 5 words.
We were transported from battle. Are you okay? What's happening there? Do you need us to send help?
Do you want some more?
Send a reply.
You just hear a baby crying in
That's the
return.
reply we got.
It's very sad.
They destroyed the entire town.
And they sent her back in time, bastards.
She is a baby now. Let me get back. I'm a captive, it seems. They have me in a cage for 2 days now. The wall is lost. I don't know where I am.
I'll tell the others this. Sounds like she needs help.
Maybe we should contact Teluria. If you send her a sending, doesn't she speak to you like a phone call?
That's true, and I can do it once more.
That's my dwarven people use
Alright.
that Helm has taught me of.
Yeah.
Level 3 spell, right?
Just like a telephone.
It uses runes in magic. It's pretty common. You don't have one?
It has 9 runes in a pattern, and you press them in sequence.
Yeah, it connects you like magic.
Sequences of 7 to...
The 9 and 7 are, of course, important
Holy numbers.
holy numbers.
Nice.
We're having baby
Sorry
problems.
for the baby. Baby times.
All right, so you
Jeez,
want to cast sending to Teluria Delphi.
Yeah, I'm still checking into the third level. Yeah, okay. Okay, yes. I will cast sending to Teluria. And I will say, deliver supplies, but oh gosh, I'm so tired. The word for like rebels, but not rebels, like enemies.
Insurgents?
Insurgents. Sure. I just don't want to.
You're not a poker.
Insurgents attacked the wall. Maryland captive. Magic teleported us away. Not sure what to do. send help.
Are you gonna sign it with your traditional "love you"? XOXO?
Love, kiss,
Help
kiss.
is more important than love in this instance.
Nerida, yes, you've been gone for 2 days, I imagine. The wall has fallen. Everything is in disarray in the east. I'm not sure what I can get to you. I will talk to people.
Do you know what we should do? We were teleported to the ruins of Rosemound.
So you cast sending. So this
Yeah,
is
but
not.
did she open a channel where we can talk to each other?
She has the ability to do that, but you're not sure how.
I made some assumptions.
Okay.
She did that last time, but you have not specifically said that she did it this time.
Yeah, it's true.
And she suggested to you in the past that she has the ability to do it, but it's not an at-will thing, and she can't always do it.
Okay. Then she just doesn't hear me reply.
Because, like, someone else is on the telephone or something, right? So
I mean, that's how telephones work.
that's not that's just electricity.
You mean magic?
Same thing. Electric magic.
There's magical bandwidth, and
What you call science, we call magic.
Anyway, okay. So that's the response you get.
So she said she's not sure what's up. She can stand in the walls. Well, they know about it. If that influences our decision. They're not sure what to do about it. At least Toria's not. I can't call anyone else until we get some rest. Unless we're level 9.
Unless what?
Unless we're level 9.
You're level 9, but
But we don't have rest spells, so
yeah, you haven't
I
rested.
can't call anyone else. Even if I wanted to use a level 5 spell slot on it.
Hmm.
That was not meta.
Sorry.
Well, she's just asking a question.
Yeah.
No, I know. Well, as I said before, it's not important to me to get muddled up in these local affairs that seem to not really have anything that we can offer. If they need our help, they'll contact us. In the meantime, we have more pressing matters.
I mean, it's hard to leave somebody who I know is captured, but I'm not really sure what we could do against an entire enemy force.
You're just cutting out so much.
Sorry.
that's the soldier's lot. They get
She knew what
captured.
could happen. Even
Yeah.
our dwarven protector will tell you you cannot save everyone all the time.
Well, what would you like to do?
Proceed. Seek out these giants across the wall.
I'm with her on proceed. I think we should proceed to Thaura and get paid, and then take it from there.
Well,
Gloria.
I mean,
That requires
remember,
crossing the-
back in this world, Nerida, Alik, and my connections with our patrons are waning, and we have tasks that we need to do related to that as well. We are
Gloria
no
would
match
probably
for
be
the
able to
Dark
help.
Tiefling or the Giants in the current state we're at.
And
Yeah.
Teleria can send payment to us via,
That's
Are
true.
we in the lands past the wall now?
No.
You're to the west of the wall,
We are
north
still-
of Debozerum.
I mean, the only other thing is that the spellcaster's authority might be able to help us with the tiefling or help out our patient connections. Oh, sorry. Come on.
Yeah, so
Well, we have a large number of tasks ahead of us. But I think we either help these people or see what we can do, or move on to these secret powers or whatever that we were shown.
We could split up and head to our deity's sacred locations, or where they sent us.
Well, do you actually know the location of where you're going? Because I don't. I have a rough idea, but I don't actually know where it is.
Helm leads me there. Tomb of Maldith Alexon.
Do you know where that tomb is?
North.
I'm not sure splitting the group is exactly the greatest idea, but I do think there's value in us seeking out these sacred places. Especially if Cora is insistent upon going after the giants and the Dark Tiefling. So, what does the group want to do?
I still vote go to the wall and, make secure payment first. Make sure you know where it's coming from.
We know we're walking into a battle if we return to the wall.
I don't think the payment is at the wall. I think it's in Thura, right?
You're going to collect it from the peasant soldiers, rules at the wall?
At this point, I'm not sure we're going to get paid for that task no matter what.
That may be helpful. Don't kill my happiness right now, Lost.
I'm just trying to be real here, If we show up in Thaura saying, hey, where's our 5,000 gold? They're going to probably wonder why the hell we didn't help out with what is happening what is happening at the wall.
We also may not make it to the, magic authority because we are still number one target of the syndicate, you forget.
True. Marching into Thaura has its own... we're stuck between a rock and a hard place pretty thoroughly here.
Not that I wouldn't enjoy shutting down the syndicate. I think that's a worthy cause.
One task at a time. Well, if Alik is confident that Helm will direct him to the place that we need to go, Helm hasn't exactly let us down before, so I'm fine taking that on as our next task. But that's not my decision to make.
Do we have, geographically speaking, we were all given kind of vague instructions to get to our relative artifacts. So this sea that we want to go to for, oh my gosh, I forget Ama's character. Nerida. This, sorry, Lost, where were you supposed to go?
I need to return to the place I grew up, but I'm not entirely sure where that is. I have no memory of the place other than these scattered visions.
Abyssal Plane, right? Like with demons and junk?
I'm not a demon, and you know this.
I don't know where tieflings grow up.
We just kind of pop out of holes in the ground.
So do dwarves! Oh my god!
We are the end result of mistakes made by our ancestors, but it doesn't mean we're inherently evil.
Oh, I didn't say evil, I just said demons and stuff.
Hey man, just don't go throw around the D word, okay?
I'm sorry, man. Like, it's okay. I got friends that are tieflings, so it's cool.
You want to remain friends with those tieflings, then you should probably stop throwing out the D word.
Delightful?
Exactly. Chance and I are simply delightful.
Happy little accidents, yes, you are.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any clues to how we could find out where you grew up?
Dangerous?
This is just a list of D words now.
Sorry, Ama, I didn't catch exactly what you said there.
Do you have any clues that could to find out where you grew up?
I can attempt to commune with Miliki again, but I'm not sure. Right now, it's just the woods.
Mm-hmm. Maybe it's best to go find the tomb of Maldith Alexon, the dwarf hero of Helm, while we try to also find the sacred watered place of Myliki. No, not Myliki. What's the other one?
Umberly.
Umberly. And then, maybe we'll find some clues on the way.
I am willing to take a back seat while I try to suss out clues of my ancestry.
Okay.
If we have a more precise direction for either of your two tasks.
Do I have any idea where mine was? I remember they said something about a valley.
Is the Valley of the Nascent Tempest.
Okay.
But you don't really have any sense of where that might be. You were... I forget exactly what happened, but you were given a clue at one point that I think Roy actually said that he knew about it.
Yeah, it was like a children's story.
Roy did say he knew about it.
Yeah.
But that it is not on land, and it may be underwater somewhere.
Well, if we get some rest, I might be able to come with my iPad and ask for directions. Or more info on how to find it.
I know the tomb is north. That was the hint I was given, and that I would know the way, basically, once we got closer. So, does anybody know anything about a group of heroic dwarf, maybe helm worshipper of the north, but not quite as north as me, apparently?
You're the helm expert
Try to
here.
find a town with a library. See if we could do some historical research on the dwarves and look up some children's stories with the Nascent Tempest Valley.
I mean,
Oh man, readings for suckers.
Where's the nearest town?
well, our little werewolf Pybozero is probably the closest place, the closest actual town to us.
Yeah, but something tells me they don't have a library.
Yeah, you have a good point.
As you're talking, the sun has set. It is now very dark.
Well, we might as well just make camp here for the evening.
Yeah, I'm hurt badly.
Sounds good. Yes, I'm also hurt.
Who needs some heals? I've got some heals for you before we go to bed, just in case. I'm going to put some beans out here. Whoever wants to claim them, first come, first
I think
serve.
Nerida's hurt. Let me check.
I have 20 hit points.
Oh yeah, she's hurt. Nerida's very hurt.
All right, Nerida heals for 7.
Okay.
Does anybody else need healed?
I'm good.
All right, I'm going to heal myself for another 11. You know what? I'll heal Nerida again for another 11. So Nerida heals for 22 total.
I thought it was 7 the first time. Was it 7 or 11 the first time?
You're right. It was 7. I don't know where I got 11. Oh, 11 was
So
for me.
18.
Yeah, 18 total.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? I have a level 4 spell slot. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and do this too. Everyone heals for 7.
Yeah.
Again?
Yeah, everyone that time. Because
So you cast numerous spells of healing, invoking the power of Helm.
flying all over the place, just touch.
So once again, as you reach out to Helm, it feels difficult. You struggle and strain and push through it.
don't like that.
Doesn't feel good.
Doesn't feel good.
Anyone else doing anything, or are we plotting out watches and taking a rest for the night?
I think we're plotting out
Yeah,
watches.
I'm ready to
Let's
rest.
Yeah.
find a nice place to actually rest. I'd like to scout around and find somewhere that's kind of more protected. If we're in ruins, maybe somewhere that's
Go ahead and roll survival.
in this place. We don't know what's going on. We're in the middle of nowhere.
And Nerida will give you guidance.
I think I'm over 20 with just that. Where's my character sheet? Survival slide. Survival is +5, so that's 20, and then with guidance, it's plus at least another 4.
Plus D4, yeah. It's good enough.
Plus D4.
So, Rosemound rests at the top of a hill, searching around sort of the edges of the hill, going through the ruins a bit, and as everyone is sort of like unpacking and taking off their armor, scouting around a little bit on their own, discussing things amongst themselves more, playing with cards, whatever they're doing. You managed to find the foundation of some building towards the northeast edge of the hill that Rosemound rests on. It's obviously destroyed. There's just small bits of stone left where you think the walls might have been, but it clearly had like a dug-in root cellar, and it's quite large, and it mostly remained intact. So if you want, you feel like 3 or 4 people could comfortably sleep in there at a time, as long as you sort of leave the entrance open or perhaps drill an extra hole for air.
Sounds good.
Cora, does this satisfy you?
The best we're going to find on short notice. If this is what we have, let's make use of it.
Okay, so I assume you're setting up watches.
I should always take the first watch. I don't trust these new lands.
I'll stay with Mount Tavo.
Okay, so you guys are on first. Do you want to plan out your other watches, or do you want to just wake people up?
I'll go next.
I'll go with Nerida. I'm pretty good on most things right now.
Yeah, I can go after that.
Okay, well, then I guess I'm with Wolgwin.
Ooh.
Nerida loss or Nerida chance?
The tieflings are different. Okay.
They all look the same. It's fine. Lost. Well then.
You know how it is with my demons.
Me and the demons about to roll out. Okay. Oops, that's day. All right. On the first watch, Cora and Alik, each of you roll me 2d12. You gotta roll 2d12.
I'm not with them. I'm second watch.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Cora and Alik. Okay. Though it's sort of dry and dusty up here, there's not a whole lot of greenery. I've heard this song like 10 times now. You're standing outside the root cellar, just sort of watching around, not keeping any campfire or anything for the night. It's warm enough in the root cellar as it's sort of shielded from the cold wilds. You see some figures maybe 60 to 100 feet away, just sort of moving gently in the night down the hill from you.
I've got dark vision. Can I percept them?
I don't think your dark vision extends that far.
60 feet.
Yeah, so they're outside of that.
Can I percept them?
You can try to see them, sure. You could try to like get a closer look.
That is not great, but it's still +7.
Oh, okay.
So 14.
They seem to be sort of four-legged creatures of some kind. They're very quiet. They move in a small pack, slowly from your right to your left, seemingly headed north. Cora has a much better idea of what they are.
24.
Yeah, so Cora, you sneak out just a little bit closer, being very careful, using sort of your ranger skills that you've gained over your years of living in the wild, and just analyzing their movement patterns, realizing that they're four-legged creatures. You think this is probably a pack of deer passing through the night.
Oh, some deer meat might be nice for the morning. I mean, it's no ham shank, but deer shank is
I
good eating.
suppose if you require it for us, I could fetch some for us, but you are too cumbersome and heavy to really lend me any assistance in this task. I would
That's
request
true.
that you stay here at camp.
And I'm no Skinner.
All right, you want to like take a shot at the deer? I mean, they're well within your range.
I will silently walk over at the deer. I guess what? So I will move, use a bonus action to hide, move toward them, and then I will take my -5 penalty to do a accurate shot. So I get advantage because I'm hidden.
Yep, you're unseen.
So -5, but I get plus. You said 10.
You definitely hit.
So 24.
Yeah, go ahead and roll damage. And what else do you get for doing a careful shot?
20. Extra 10 damage. So 5 plus 5 plus 10.
And they're beasts, right? So +2.
Yeah.
It's a 22.
1 plus 2. This is my first.
It's 2 for beasts from Velen's bow.
Okay. Then yeah.
So
22.
carefully sort of get low to the ground, sort of prone, crawl forwards with your bow, stand just enough to fire it, cock it sideways so you don't have to stand too high off the ground. The deer clearly haven't noticed you. You pick out the largest silhouette you can find. Loose the arrow. You just see it sail into the night and disappear, and then you hear like a bunch of screaming, and a bunch of the deer just scatter and run off. But one of them just collapses to the ground immediately.
Can I take another attack?
It's just collapsed to the ground. You could try to shoot it
Well,
while it's
one of
prone.
the other one. Not that one, but one of the other ones, because I have 2 attack actions.
How many deer
So-
do we need?
So I'm
There's
gonna
enough. There's only
tell
6.
you that you can, but you can only haul 200 pounds of meat back to your wagon. So,
Well, that's what I have Alik for.
and also the meat will definitely spoil before you can eat it all if you kill more than one deer.
Okay, you would just want one. If I
Like
know
one
that,
entire
I'll-
deer is enough meat for like a month for your party.
So I'll go over to it. Is it dead or alive?
It's very dead. As you walk over to it, the corpse just limp on the ground, and you notice the arrow stuck directly in its chest, protruding out right where its heart would be.
Well, all those years living in the wilderness were not for naught. I still have some of my skill hunting beasts of the wild. How many points are on the antlers? Can I take the antlers?
Yeah, you did hit the biggest buck of the crew. It's an 8-point buck. Not
Oh,
huge,
so many
but pretty
points.
big.
High
Yeah.
five.
Oh,
Or a
I
buck
already
top.
have an 8-point buck, 4 and 4.
Well, now you have 2 of them.
I have 2. Okay. Then I'll bring food back to the rest of them, to Ali to prepare.
You'll probably need Alec's help to drag this buck back to where you guys are camping.
I was successful in my endeavor. It wasn't too much trouble without you scaring them off. But I will need a brave, strong man to help carry it.
Sure. I got this. And then I just failed to pick it up single-handedly.
What's that roll total?
10 total.
10. It just takes you a while. With you sort of have your armor on and stuff, so you're already bearing a bit of load. And You wrench it up over one shoulder, kind of strain a bit as you do, and slowly trudge back over to the root cellar where everyone is sleeping. Drop it down, huffing and puffing out of breath.
Well, you start cutting. I'll get some firewood. We'll have a nice treat for them when they wake up.
Yeah.
I'd cut, but this crushinator is not so good for fine stuff.
Roll survival to find firewood as well if you're going to go out searching. It's very dry here, and there's not a lot of foliage or greenery.
That is 14.
I guess I could give you advantage on that.
No, you're busy.
It's true. You can't aid him in his task.
I would like tell you, over here, this is where you get firewood.
You don't really know. Survival is like you have to go find it. And you'd have to aid him. It's going to take him some time to do it. So, yeah, you come back. You manage to find, like, a sapling and chop it down or smash it until it's broken with the crushinator and break it apart. It'll do for a small fire, but you could maybe manage to cook some venison with it, but it certainly won't last all night. You come back with a small
tree is much
bundle.
Too green and alive. Why did you do this?
I don't know. It's not 10, so I don't really know much about it.
I bit it. I didn't comprehend it. All right. In the meanwhile, Cora, roll survival to clean the deer.
13.
13. So you strip it of its guts and internal organs that you don't really plan to eat, sort of cut it open and string it out, ready for butchery. Manage to cut a lot of good chunks of meat off of it, sort of stash them away. Don't manage to salvage the skin. A little bit rougher job than you usually do, but not horrible. That brings us to the next watch. Nerida and Chance.
Did we cook?
Cora and Ali wake you up. Are you cooking it now? You can.
Oh, yeah, we started some smoked deer meat as a herd of them passed by, and I was lucky enough to capture one. Please don't burn us all down while we're sleeping.
Wait, sorry, who's on this watch? It's
Nerida and Chance.
Yeah, you guys can cook it with radiant fire.
I can do that actually.
Cook it with fire.
I can electrocute it.
I keep on telling you, it's not fireball.
You don't want to throw a fireball here for sure.
Cook it with scorching ray.
Well, I can try it.
You have like a small amount of tinder and you can make a small campfire, but it'll only last like an hour or two at most.
If worst case, Lost can take care of it when he wakes up with his propensity for making fires.
All right, so Cora and Ali cut off to bed. Nerida and Chance, roll 2d12 each. Your watch passes without incident. You manage to cook a fair amount of venison over a small campfire. That's it. Do you guys want to talk to each other, or do you want to just pass the watch?
So, how do you like traveling with our group so far?
You guys are fun. Well, there's just a lot more going on with you guys than normal. Me and Welgun were doing other stuff. It was, job, go back to home, do another job, go back to the bank, do another job. You guys are doing fun stuff. It's important.
That was the life I was living before we ended up in this rad tech group too. I was always taking on individual jobs as a sailor, messenger, courier, taking money back to my hometown.
Oh, yeah. I think I like this a little bit more. So a little bit more of the same people around all the time is kind of nice.
Yeah, I think I do too. It was pretty lonely in the Concord of the Coast. I had my mom, that was about it. She hasn't been well recently. Well, I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we're still indebted to you guys pretty hard for helping us steal that sword, even though it was so weird.
Gosh, that feels like so long ago now.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Chance, that tail.
Oh, God. Or sleeping, talking in her sleep again.
Best to ignore it. She seems to have strange thoughts about all of us at one point or another.
Yeah, that's a feisty one.
Stare off into space awkwardly.
Right? Both sip coffee.
Okay, the rest of your watch passes without incident or sexual dream. That brings us to Lost and Welgwyn. Wake them up. There's quite a bit of venison left uncooked. There's a little bit cooked.
I would have made sure that they gave the note to Lost to cook it all because that's how he does.
Okay.
This is
we got an activity for you.
Yeah, I can see this sad excuse for a campfire you guys got going.
Hey, not all of us can summon up bonfires, okay?
Yeah, well, if you were cooler, you would be able to. So I'll go ahead and cast Create Bonfire.
The magical bonfire appears. Again, with a bit of... This isn't such a difficult spell to cast, so you don't strain yourself too hard to reach your deity, but Miliki seems far off.
Oh, Jesus, even stuff like this, tiny menial tasks are starting to feel weird.
Not good.
You know, that's what you guys get for not believing in yourself more.
Myself doesn't summon lightning from the sky.
You're asleep, Chance.
I was just
We were in
getting to
transition.
We're transitioning watches.
Yeah.
You're asleep, Alik. Now Alik's talking in his sleep like Cora is. Jesus. At least he isn't saying disturbing things like she does.
Yet.
Yeah, true. Anyways, you guys should get some rest.
Yeah, I'm pretty exhausted.
Good idea.
Good night. Good luck.
Okay.
Well, Welgwyn, you're supposed to be pretty good with a knife. I don't know how well they butchered this. Maybe between the two of us, we can finish this up.
Yeah, it looks like they messed up the skins pretty badly, so I guess we won't be able to use those, but the rest of it we might be able to work with.
Yeah.
All right, both of you roll d12.
Oh, just
one.
No, two d12. Roll another one.
Well, mine were terrible.
Yeah, Maggie, come on, help it. Everything's fine, we're well, Gwen.
It's not actually about how high or low it is. Well, everything passes. Your watch passes without incident.
Hooray!
Cool.
You managed to cook the remainder of the venison on the magical bonfire. Stow it away. You think it'll last a couple of days?
Can I check and see if the dagger that I found in the Everwars is still in my possession?
You do still have the dagger from the Everwar. Shoot, I had its stats on OrcPub, and OrcPub is gone. So I will get that to you as soon as I can. But you come to understand what the dagger is. It's basically a +1 magic dagger that when you hit with it, you can evoke it to do an extra d4 radiant damage. You feel like you can pour yourself into it a bit and charge it with radiant energy. And it sort of pulses and like flares and explodes a little bit once you've hit your target.
Cool.
And Anything else either you two want to do?
Nothing for me.
I'm not exactly one for small talk, but I'll appease Welgwyn if she is.
Just sit quietly for the rest of your watch.
I'm gonna grumble about the fact that I'm out of booze. Need to find ourselves a city soon before I get too grumpy.
Couldn't agree more.
While that's happening...
Welgwyn, your fast fingers. I will never be as fast as you.
Just so many dreams. Well, while that's happening, Alik. Is he here? Let me just make sure.
What?
Alik.
Yeah.
Resting your weary eyes, head settled upon a tough roll of cloth, your mind drifts into a peaceful darkness. You contemplate your journey with these compatriots that Helm has bound you to protect. Again, the image of Dakota Cecile's body, slashed and torn, haunts your thoughts, as it does most nights since you left Thaura. Do you linger on it, or do you want to try to push it from your mind?
Can I not linger on it, but not push it, kind of like accept it and just like move past it?
You feel it. You feel it encroaching on you. You can turn away, or you can accept it and embrace it and look at it.
We learn from our mistakes, and well, that guy was a mistake, let me tell you.
You focus your attention on the image a bit, poring over every detail slowly. Carefully, you watch droplets of blood pool and drip from gashes in his arms and legs. With terror and subtle interest, you examine the exposed muscle under the flayed flesh of his abdomen. Finally, drawing your gaze to his contorted and sliced face, you recognize a visage different from how he usually presents to you in these visions. His look, previously scornful and derisive, is full of sorrow and helplessness, seemingly begging you for, well, you're not really sure what.
What can I do? I'm asking.
Out loud.
Yeah.
He holds his arms wide. They drip with blood. Bits of flesh peel off and hang below his arms as he raises them. His sorrowful gaze just pours into you. And he sort of starts to reel back, his eyes rolling in his head. Then suddenly, focusing on you, you swear you see a flame within them. He fades from your vision, continuing to swim through the sea of your subconsciousness. Come across a familiar vision, a young elf woman. She's in a room of stone, sitting at a shabby wooden desk and calmly flipping the pages of a great tome. She studies each page.
Cecile, or is this the elf that met with the tiefling?
This is the elf that met with the tiefling. Takoto's male, and you would recognize very quickly.
Right, no, sorry, I meant we met Takota's sister, but this is not her. This is the
You're
other
not
elf.
sure. Recalling Takota's sister, Lucretia, you think this might be her. She
That's
had sort
right,
of...
they were the same person. Okay, go on.
She had faded from your mind a bit, but now you recall her anger and her desperation, and how she blamed herself and blamed you when she found out Takota was dead. And suddenly, the image of this woman before you, it's clear. You can see her whole face, each of her features distinct. And it is Lucretia Cecile. She studies each page of the tome carefully, rereading passages occasionally. Atop the desk to her side is a stack of similar books. You feel the cold, armor-clad hand of Helm on your shoulder as you watch.
Hello, Helm, buddy.
Hello.
We've been in another realm the past few days. Things felt different there. I'm not sure how real it was, but we didn't feel the waning connection that we feel now as we're back in our plane of existence.
You were in a different time, but still in this time. A different plane. There, the connections to the god is not weak yet.
Can you tell me more about her? Why do I keep seeing her? I mean, Dakota Cecile, his sister, Lucretia Cecile, the tiefling. It all seems connected, but I don't understand.
I don't fully understand either. But as you said, it is connected. She may be your burden now that Dakota is gone, but the pillar does not bear her name.
Should we seek her out? Should we seek out the tiefling, or should we seek out powerful artifacts to help our quest? Do you have any recommendation, any knowledge that might shed light on our path? It's very unclear at the moment.
I'm not a purveyor of future events. I can show you what is happening now related to your task of divine protection.
That would be very valuable knowledge.
This is what I show you. She is becoming more powerful and has been influenced.
So this is more than a dream. It is what's actually happening or has happened recently.
What you see here has come to pass.
And where is she now? Is she back in... I'm sorry, I forget which village she was in the first place. But back in that village?
You met her in Moontip.
Was it Moontip?
Was.
Okay. Is she still in Moontip, or has she moved elsewhere?
Though I can catch glimpses of her, it is beyond me to find her. That task is yours.
Are there any... I mean, before I had seen a crest, the Dakota Cecile family crest in the background. Is there any... Can you show me in this vision, is there any identifying characteristics that I might use to help locate her?
Look upon it.
I'm gonna look at it.
It is very difficult. Even as you focus on the image of the woman before you, you cannot read any of the titles of the books. You cannot read the pages she pores over. You're sort of standing far back as well. You notice the room she is in seems to be stone, and from your knowledge of stone, it seems to be heavily worn as well. Bits of moss creeping through from the outside. No light shines through, though perhaps it's just nighttime. But perhaps you're underground. It's not exactly clear. You remember back to the vision of her digging up a grave. And now that you know who this is, you have an idea of who might have been in that grave.
Oh no. She dug up Chakotay to practice necromancy, or to perform some necromantic ritual, is that?
The caress of Helm's hand leaves your shoulder. The vision before you swirls, fades, and you're left with only your thoughts. And the last watch passes without incident. You all awaken in the morning, fresh venison cooked by Lost and Welgwyn. Crawl out of the root cellar and find breakfast ready for you.
There's more important things than food, people. We have to find Lucretia to Cecile, Chakotay's sister. I don't know why, but something is happening, and it involves her. This whole thing we're having with the connection to the gods, this tiefling, he's visited her. She dug up a body. I don't know whose, but I suspect it was Chakotay's, and I suspect it was for some dark ritual. Something is afoot, and I don't know where she is. Other than that, she was in a stone room, worn stone, moss growing down the walls, so it couldn't have been made of tin.
So how'd everybody else sleep?
Guessing Cora slept pretty well.
Yes, I had many visions in my dreams, but none that were important to what matters of the group. More private ideas.
Probably not as private as you'd like.
What do you mean by that, good sir?
You have a tendency to talk in your sleep.
That normally happens when I'm quite tired usually, although I haven't had many around to tell me that. Not many people sleep, I don't sleep in a village anymore, so I do not have those to comfort me when I'm in bed.
I'd be more comfortable in that root cellar than I would be in any other bed in a village. But I digress. With what Alik is saying, I think we really this if this is additional meddling of the Black Tiefling, I think really we should be doing what we can to figure out ways of strengthening the bond with our gods. I think that might be one of our higher priorities. I'm still open to checking in on the wall, but that army, although we did what we could, we were still overcome. So,
overcome by cheap magical tricks.
Yeah, those
taken them.
Those cheap magical tricks are the types of things that we're starting to have more and more difficulty. Even that bonfire I cast felt more strained than usual.
I don't know where we would begin our search. We are not particularly close to Moontip, but that would be where we'd go to pick up the trail. She can't have been gone that long.
Well, are we trying to follow her? Are we trying to find out where your tomb is or where this temple is for Nerida?
I think we should find her first, and if those come up in our quest, then, all the better.
Were you given any insight into where she might be?
Other than that, it was a, kind of stone room, older. No, I was not. unfortunately.
Well,
I know it wasn't Moontip because there were no buildings like that in Moontip.
Mhm.
well, I'm all for heading to Moontip because we all know that Pybozero is not going to be any good for us trying to glean any information. Moontip, we might be able to find a historian or some books or a library of some sort.
Fair enough.
Is that what we're going to do? Moontip?
Works for me.
Sure, let's head that way.
At least we know we'll be well received.
All right, so you guys are here on the map. North of Pybozero. Do you want to head straight back to the road?
Maybe we should look around the ruins just to see if there's anything here before we leave.
Might be meaningful. You never know.
Yeah.
Relics of a ancient explosion.
Maybe we were brought here for a reason.
Well, Rosemound was where we finished with the Everwar.
So you want to search the ruins?
Would somebody else like to?
Sure, I can
I'm not the best at finding these such things.
I'm always down to rifle through people's stuff.
Nobody's been here
I
in
know what you can
centuries.
find in
I
the
don't think
wilderness.
this is
Oh,
anybody's
I didn't
stuff.
see you.
Sure, it's archaeological. It's
Yeah.
the most
Okay.
expensive stuff. You find the
So
oldest
Walgwin
stuff.
is searching then.
Yeah.
And she gets +4.
Yeah, roll investigation. And plus
Okay.
D4 for guidance as well.
Okay, so that is plus 5. Okay, that's 17.
And roll a D4 also for guidance.
I already did.
Oh, you already rolled
She
it?
already-
Got a
yeah.
4?
Yeah.
So 16. Wait, 17 plus 4, so 21?
No, just 17.
Just 17. So you're sort of carefully going through these ruins. Based on sort of the rough geography, I think you know where the temple, the Cathedral of Ilmater was. And while searching through sort of the ruins of the Temple of Ilmater, you find a little scrap of fabric protruding from the dirt slightly. It is red.
Can I pick it up and see if there's anything?
As you pull on it, it seems there's more sort of buried underneath the dirt that you may have to dig out.
Okay, I'll kind of dig at the dirt.
Right.
I'll go help her dig it up.
You dig up a bit. Roll 3d6, first of all. Hey, is that cocked? Look at that die. Oh my god. Whatever. That was like the most cocked die of all time. Okay. So digging at the dirt, roll just a dexterity check to like dig carefully and make sure you're not tearing this. The fabric seems very fragile. It seems like it might be quite old. Okay.
I'm gonna redo that.
Yeah. Oh, that was almost a 4.
18.
Yeah, so you managed to unearth it. The fabric is red, and you pull a considerable amount more out. I think you find what looks like the emblem of a circle, although it's not complete. The fabric is torn a good half of it off. There's a weird shape towards the edge where the fabric frays, but it's some sort of like gold emblem on the fabric.
Do I recognize it?
Roll history.
That's a 27.
This is like
25.
the opposite of every other night for
I know, it's great.
it's real good. So you know that there are orc tribes up to the north of Pibozero and sort of like east of Moontip and to the north. There are a few tribes there, but the strongest of them is known as the Bloodshard tribe. And their symbol is a red crystal. And this looks, a red crystal encircled by a circle, basically. And this looks like the edge of their symbol, the symbol of their clan.
Do I know anything else about them?
You don't really know much about them. They're the strongest orc tribe in the north. People don't interact with them except to fight them. So,
How old does the fabric look? Does it look like it's been there for like a long time or like it's more recent?
roll, I would say just intelligence. Just flat intelligence on that. Or maybe investigation. We'll call it investigation.
So 14 either way.
It's pretty hard to tell. It's pretty frayed as you sort of pull at the fabric. It falls apart rather easily in your hands with any sort of pressure or tension that you add to it. You would guess at least a decade. You've had shirts, you know, a decade old that started to fall apart like this.
All right, I'll bring it back to the group and show everybody. Found this over there. Does anybody have any idea what the blood shards would be doing around here?
Blood shard?
You guys don't know them? I was hoping somebody else would know more about them than I do. I just know that
anything
they're
about them.
You can roll history
they're
to see if you know about them. Although her history roll is insanely good.
Mine's pretty good too. Can I give her advantage?
I don't know anything about these.
I'll just do my own roll. I also have
Okay.
call it at it.
I don't have history as a
That's a 19.
19. You don't know more than she does. There are orcs in the north. Their symbol is a red crystal. They're the strongest of the local tribes. The other tribes kind of fear them, and you're usually sort of ruled by them. Although there's obviously no like formal government.
I tell that exactly to Wegman, like word for word. She just kind of like nods and like rolls her eyes.
She's like, I already knew this. Yeah.
Well,
I don't know much about history, nor have I learned much about the local races, not growing up formally in school, but looking at it, it does seem that that red crystal is similar to the one that they used to unleash that demonic presence in the church.
yeah, I'm
a
with
good
Cora
point.
on this one, where I imagine it's not completely coincidental that Dalen was using a red crystal to
yeah.
in his ritual.
Well, that's great. So not only are they the most powerful orc tribe in the north, they also maybe have a connection to a crazy, scary
Government
demon
conspiracy.
god.
Well,
Awesome.
he was claimed to be just a powerful mage, but yeah, I have a feeling that there's something more going on
Yeah.
with Sathurii.
I wonder if they have anything to do with the tiefling. It's something to ask him next time he visits you in your dreams, really creepily lost.
I'm sure I will be given the opportunity.
The town, or what's left of it, is basically rubble, is now thoroughly investigated.
All right. Well,
I guess we don't see anything else and may as well move on.
How much gold did we find?
0.
Dang.
the real treasure was the friends we made along the way.
Yes. And also the treasure.
The friends like Visor Dalen and Logarius Lothar.
Who?
Those guys we killed. Anyways,
Oh, okay.
No,
Alright,
the
so-
guys we killed.
I think
The
it's
other
best
guys
we
killed.
head out. I don't know how many, how long it's going to be to get back to Moontip. It was at least a few
Holy-
days.
Is there like an altar that's still standing there in that destroyed temple of Ilmater that we can maybe bless?
No, there is perhaps like a bit of a stone block sticking out of the dirt near where you think the altar might have been once Welgwyn points out that this is probably the Cathedral of Ilmater. It looks unusually like flat.
Like
but there's no
extra bad.
Not necessarily extra bad. I mean, everything here is just bits of stone and stuff like that. There's hardly anything left of the town. But, you know, if there was an altar, what's left of it is just a small shard protruding from the ground. You could try it. You could say a prayer at it if you like.
I mean, it's fine.
All right.
There's not enough. I'm not going to consecrate rocks.
So even though it's been a couple centuries, there still is sort of very vaguely the remains of a dirt road leading out of this city, both to the east and west. West is towards Moontip, so I imagine that's the way you guys will want to be going.
Yeah.
All right. And travel by day. Your horses are gone, unfortunately.
Except for me. But
Not a whole lot of good to have a single horse.
I want to ride him.
But what if he turns into a bear?
Still want to ride him.
I'm not turning into anything.
Everybody roll perception as you travel.
That's a lot of perception.
Hey,
Mine now, right?
that's a 2.
I accidentally rolled 2 of these.
We'll take the first one. That's fine.
Okay. So that's a...
I'm distracted by looking at people's tails. My perception is 12.
Okay, people's tails. Very good. Ooh, okay. Nerida
How those
and
tails look.
Welgwyn, you see to the north some, like, several figures. They're moving pretty quickly, and they seem to be headed south in your direction.
Hey everyone, I see several figures heading south.
They're moving fairly fast in our direction.
Uh-oh.
Are they deer?
Neat.
Can I tell if they're deer?
Are they made of tin?
Can I tell them?
They do not appear to be deer. They're maybe a mile away at this point. They're closing pretty quickly.
Can I tell if they're something else?
Made of tin.
As they approach, you see what looks like several humanoids, maybe pretty large, riding what look like large wolves. And then you also see 2 much bigger humanoids. Looking very carefully, you swear each of them has 2 heads, and they're just charging in your
We should probably
direction.
get off the road, try to hide if we can quickly.
The only
I
thing
don't know.
I think hiding.
Nope, I'm very pro hiding. Let's get out of here.
Well, some of us can hide. I think the rest of us should set up some defensive positions.
the only thing that I know that rides wolves are orcs. No, I don't actually know that.
I mean, that's
But looking around,
I'm applying
there's just
video
kind
game
of
rules.
there's just kind of like rolling brown hills around you. There's hardly any trees, hardly any stones. It seems like it would be very difficult to find a place to hide. And then you hear,
well, we've been spotted.
and you're like from far away, and they're charging towards you. And that is where we will take our break.
Really?
10-minute break. We'll be back at 5:55. And hopefully I can get this working.
Finish with the drive.
See you all in 10 minutes. And we're back. Just as we left for break. A horde, if you will, of creatures was approaching the party as they made their way back from Moontip from the ruins of Rosemound. They're very scary. So we need to roll initiative.
So scary.
Kalani is very scared.
Okay, come on.
Boom.
Do our best.
Oh, they rolled so badly. Okay.
Yes. These are things I'd like to hear.
You got a thing for them now, so they automatically roll, huh?
Yeah, I decided to do it. Previously, I was hiding it because...
Well, you can always keep them as question marks. But yeah, I guess I know what you mean.
Oh, are they just question marks to you?
So you could have them as question marks if you wanted.
Well, that not... Oh, that's true.
I mean,
Then I would have
wouldn't
to
hide
keep track
order.
of which was which.
Well, you can
I
have,
wouldn't
like,
know which was which. Yeah, question mark 1 and question mark 2.
Well, then you just rename it when they roll. But I mean, this is fine. It works. It's quick.
Yeah.
Quick, just like Welgwyn is. Was her 20?
Real quick. Okay. Let's put everybody on the board. Hopefully this geometry works out okay.
Well, we've already got flying rocks, so you know.
Oh, do you? Where?
I think a portion of the landscape over here is
It's
in
not
your
loading.
is maybe
it's in the
behind
hidden
your
zone.
DM screen. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Oh yeah.
Give me 1 second.
I thought the terrain just ended over there and turned different color,
Boop. How's that?
but some of it's showing up. There's gaps.
Oops.
What's worse?
That is not what I meant to do, obviously. How's that? Is it all there?
Nope,
Should all
that
be
one
there.
is still missing. That same one. This piece right here.
Yeah. Now it is. There you go.
I'm guessing you can't really see anything behind this screen still.
Not really. No.
Not if I try real hard, though.
I don't think you can.
No, I absolutely can't.
No matter what you do. All right. I'm missing 1, right? Alik. Let's get everybody out here.
So I would imagine I probably know a good amount about orcs and stuff, being a dwarf who fights orcs and stuff.
Mm.
Do I know anything about Ettins?
No?
Okay. I legitimately don't even know what an Ettin is. Oh, is it that wolf?
It's
No.
not that wolf.
Uh-oh. Oh, those are wargs. Duh.
The Etten is the two-headed thing he was talking about.
Oh, okay.
This terrain's actually working really well. I'm happy with that.
Stuff's not just falling over randomly.
Yeah. That's the big test.
Don't jinx yourself.
Oh, look at
It's
that.
weird, 'cause it's terrain, it's so bumpy, you would expect it would do even worse, but it's actually doing really well. Maybe it's because those
It's like-
models are so stable with 4 legs.
That one's shivering.
That one
settled
wolf is
it.
stuck in. There we go.
Parkinson's wolf.
There's some type of like disc out there where like you can spin it and it wobbles continuously. Seems like it goes faster and faster the more that it is wobbling on the ground. I watched a weird video about it. No, it essentially
The Oilers
but
disc?
Yes, that's exactly
Yeah.
what it was.
Oilers discs are cool.
Yeah, man.
But let's see if I can, like,
You can lock it and then joint it. And then
yeah,
unlock
that's
it.
what I'm thinking.
That's what I did with those zombie pieces that I had. Those zombie.
That guy
orcs.
actually looks like he's riding a wolf, too. So then if I unlock him, nothing happens. Then I unlock the warg, nothing happens. Oh, look at that.
You can't copy paste them if I remember. Maybe you can. You can copy paste them. You just can't load them. So it's probably easier if you want to just copy paste that guy. It should stay jointed.
But I have different models for...
Well then, yeah, maybe not. But I remember when I loaded it, it broke in, so I had to rejoin it, like, as we were setting up combat, and that sucked.
Yep. It worked. Sort of. Good enough. I could have set this up better ahead of time, probably. It's very difficult now.
Jeez, Aiden, don't you have 36 hours in each day to do this?
I wish.
now.
I would, too, if I had the time.
You had a whole extra week, Aiden. Come on.
I know, that's true. I just wrote more things. Hey, it's not there.
And that's good. We filled the time with shenanigans and deer hunting.
This guy's having a yell.
Well, he's really into that wolf.
Okay, we're gonna even out the odds. I'm going to summon some wolves, and then the halflings can ride on them.
I said before, if Cora had gone more levels in Ranger, she could also wolf nuke. Double wolf nuke.
Yeah, we talked about that, but right now I can do single target DPS pretty well.
Yeah, that's true.
Which just has its merits, but double wolf nuke, that's 16 wolves.
That's 16 wolves. That's how numbers work.
I just want to see the rollers broken with dice all the time for those guys.
Yeah, like hundreds of dice.
Technically, I can.
I
can.
It was gonna happen.
Oh, no, what happened?
It was gonna happen. I'm trying to unlock the wolf, but it's like very hard.
Yeah, I think once it got to like 16 wolves, you'd probably just want to start averaging the damage.
Well,
and say, they do this.
that's what I was about to say. Is technically now I can do double wolf nuke, where I can actually summon 16 wolves as long as I cast it at 5th level.
Fuck yeah, do it.
There we go. That's better. The other problem is they can dismount, so... Oh, and that I didn't lock this guy.
You do the joint thing again, and I think it breaks it. I don't remember, but there's a way to.
Yeah, I know there's a way to. I think we're good. Is this guy good? Hey! Oh, and I can pick up either of them. That's kind of cool. They just fall weirded. This is why we need like an app dedicated to D&D. Okay. All right. Yeah, I haven't really been following that. Top of the round is Welgwyn Woodbarrow.
Okay.
See, whoa, how does that happen?
Flipping all over the place.
You do a cartwheel.
All right. So first of all, I'm gonna bop over here and hide behind this tree.
All right, roll to hide.
Okay, and since I have Supreme Sneak and I moved less than half of my total, I believe I get advantage, right?
Wait, what?
Is that a thing?
Oh, is that like a rogue thing?
Yeah, it's a new thing that I just got.
Oh, damn.
I have advantage on the stealth check if I move no more than half my speed.
Then yes.
My turn. Sweet.
Till a level 11 until she can just never fail her sneak. Every time.
Nerida can fly at will at level 17.
Yeah.
So that's a 23.
Approve him.
Okay, so then I'm gonna shoot at.
They're
this
pretty
fella.
far. 1, 2, 3, 4. 16, 17.
She's got a sharpshooter.
I have sharpshooter, yeah, so I don't have any.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't have
Alright.
disadvantage on range. So I'm gonna shoot at him, and also with sharpshooter, I have the option to take -5 on my roll in exchange for +10 if I hit.
Okay.
I believe. Let me make sure that I'm relaying that correctly.
That's what Cora just did, so.
Okay. So I'm gonna do that.
All right.
So that.
Are you aiming at the warg or the orc?
Oh, this orc. Is this an orc?
No.
Oh, the
it's-
Etten.
This guy.
The Etten,
guy.
okay.
Yeah. So that ends up being, I think, a 13.
Really?
You still get your proficiency bonus and dex bonus to it, and then -5 from that.
And my dex bonus, I did not include.
Yeah, I think you're
So
like
it ends
at
up being a
least...
17.
Yeah,
16.
okay. That makes more sense to me, because it's +7 -5, right?
+4, and your dex is +4, right?
Dex is +3, I think.
Dex is +3. Yeah, so
Oh,
it's
okay,
16.
then never mind.
16. Will hit. Go ahead and roll damage and sneak attack damage.
Okay, so that's...
Duck
5
behind a
d6s?
tree. Hide quickly from sight. You're still pretty far away, so you feel like you can hide pretty easily. Loose the arrow. Sails over the orcs. Slams into the Etten.
Sneakily slams into the Etten.
Just silently. Let's see. Rogue.
Wait, isn't it just 5, not 6?
You get an extra 5d6. And I already have...
Oh,
Oh, it does
D6
D6
plus-
to start.
yeah.
damn. 30
20 points of piercing damage. Oh, is it plus 10?
10, so 30.
Plus 10,
minus
plus
5.
3 for
Oh,
your
plus 3,
dex. So 33 points of damage. Like sticks out the Etten's neck. This like tide of blood starts squirting out. That has to cover it. It's like holding his neck. That's one, right? All right. Do you want to move further?
No, I'll stay where I am for right now.
All right. That brings us to Lost.
Okay. Decisions.
Must be in a win.
Okay. I'm gonna join Welgwyn over here near this tree for strategic reasons.
Is it strategic hiding?
Yeah. And I'm gonna start off with a just plain old regular conjure animals. So eight wolves.
And hold regular conjure animals.
Up over here.
What's the range on it?
Ooh, let me check. Oh, never mind. Conjure animals is not what I'm gonna do because you're right. The range on that is shorter than I thought.
It's like 30 feet or something.
It's 60, but still, I don't think I'm.
Move up some and
I'm
move
not
back.
within 60 feet. That's fine. You know what? I'm gonna try one of my new spells out, and I'm gonna use Insect Plague, which has a 300-foot range, and I'm gonna cast Insect
Oh,
Plague.
I just got that too.
Insect Plague right here, so that it hits all 5 of these assholes. The 20-foot radius. So.
You're casting it right on this edge here.
Yeah, pretty much right in the middle, so that all of them are in it.
4, 2, 3, 4. Somewhere around here. I think it's like this.
Yep. And
So that whole area is lightly obscured. And
Yep.
what is it? At the beginning of their turn they take damage, or is it right when you do it?
It is as soon as, let's see, when the area appears, each creature in it must make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh my god, there's a lot of saves. Okay. Wargs first. As you wave your hands over your head, you chant the words. Reach out to Miliki. I think one of them will fail at least.
It's a con save of 15, but yes, so probably at least one of them save.
So again, you struggle a bit, and in fact, it takes your bonus action as well to cast the spell. As you struggle, and as you struggle to make the connection with your deity. So let's do this. So what's the DC on this save?
15.
They're +4. So the first and second one make it, but the third one does not. And they take half damage if they fail?
Yep.
So they'll take 9 points of damage as the insects swarm and bite them. The third one takes 19. Okay, now we'll do the orcs. Which have 5. One of them fails. This guy rolled a nat 20.
What a jerk.
Yep. What an asshole.
Nine. 10. 9, and then the Ettins. Both fail, I'm pretty sure. It was 15, you said?
Correct.
Yeah, they both fail. Take the full brunt of the insect bites.
The area is difficult terrain also.
That's right. Oh, my math is failing me for some reason. Okay, there we go. This horrible swarm of insects appears, biting, stinging, piercing. The area is lightly obscured and difficult terrain. Anything else? You want to move?
Nope. I am where I want to be.
All right. Harbakir, Tol Middleek.
Okay. One, two. All right. So I'm going to cast Wall of Force. I can cast it as a dome right here with a radius of 10 feet. And if it touches them at all, I can choose which side they go on. So I choose they go on the inside of the dome. So it would be all of these.
Stuck in the insect plague. That'll be awesome.
Wait,
Yeah.
I'm casting Wall of Thorns.
Wall of Force.
Force, as a dome.
As a dome right here, which would grab all of these. And then it says, let's see, if
Is it just the same radius, basically? 20-foot radius?
it's 10-foot radius. So not 20 foot. But it can still touch it. So the fact, if it says it cuts through a square that the creature occupies, I can choose which side of the wall it's pushed to.
Unless it doesn't fit, I would say. So which point do you want to cast on?
Then I'll cast it here, and then I can get these 3, I assume, right?
Yeah, they'll all fit.
All right, then I will do that. I will cast that there.
The Wall of Force appears, sucks them all in.
With insects. That sucks.
With insects all over.
And they could just stay there. That's fine.
Again, it's difficult reaching out to your deity. Helm seems distant. You struggle to establish a connection, and summon the Wall of Force takes your bonus action as well.
Okay, that's all then. I moved up to there.
Okay.
Oh, I've been really looking for a use for Wall of Force since I got it yesterday. That's the perfect use.
That brings us to Ettins. Let me just read
At
the Wall of Force.
The other one sucks.
Well, it can do things, right?
Not inside. I mean, he can do whatever. There's no way to kill the Wall of Force unless he can cast Disintegrate.
Nothing can pass through it. It's immune to all damage and can't be dispelled. Disintegrate spell destroys it instantly, however. Okay, we'll leave that for now. Alright, so yeah, this Etten just struggles within the wall of force, pushing against it. Can't make any sense of it. Just like smashing his club into it. This Etten.
Also, if he finishes, and for any of them that finish their turn in the insect plague, they get hit again.
Yep, so he takes another 40-10.
3 of those are double. 7, 6, 7, 8. It can get here some. Some move speed. It's falling over, isn't it? You can get here. Oh, not there. He'll go here. Okay, you had a little trouble getting out of there. That brings us to Chance.
Well, hold on. The other Etten takes 40-10 right now.
Oh, right, at the end of its turn.
Well, it has to make a save, but yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty average.
Ooh.
Jeez.
Still 11 points damage.
11 points of damage. The insects bite and sting. Just hear like muffled screams coming from the inside of this horrible vortex of insects.
Oh,
Chance.
man. I want to get 1, 2, 3 right behind this boulder. And
Beautiful.
oh yeah, you know, that's my favorite place to be. Come on, in danger. All right. And then I want to cast Vitriolic Sphere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that I can try and get all 4 of these dudes in it.
Can your spell
So-
go through?
It can't go through the wall of force
Oh,
because it
man.
is just like splashing acid. Let's see.
I don't think anything can go through the wall of force.
Okay.
It says nothing can physically go through it, so I think you can do things like cast Toll the Dead into
Yeah,
it.
or
Lightning?
like
Question mark?
beam or whatever. But
Lightning is physical. It's electrons moving.
I mean, you could probably cast it there though. That's a bunch of targets.
Yeah, then I'll just do that. I'll just get all 3 of these dudes.
Okay. So you do the motions with your hands, say the magic words, and spew forth. You throw a green crystal, which explodes into a 20-foot sphere. You're hitting these 3?
Yes.
All these spheres.
Yeah, it works.
It's like this, I think. Is that right? Actually, it's like that. There.
That one doesn't really need to stay though. It doesn't have a lasting effect.
I think it does.
It
Well,
does
it's got a
they,
lasting
if
effect
they
on
fail.
target, but not an
Yeah.
area effect. Like it doesn't
Oh, you're
matter
right,
what
yeah.
area, it just matters if it hits them.
I was misremembering. I was remembering spike growth having an effect. Okay, so we'll do the wargs. They get a save.
Yep.
Dex save.
So 17.
These guys' critical mistake was underestimating all of our magic.
Yeah, it's real bad.
Wait, 1 save, 2 fails.
And yeah, 1 save and 2 fails.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, shit, yeah.
No rerolls this time. I mean, you could.
But that's pretty good. I'm happy with 30. I'll take 75% of the damage possible.
Okay, so 30 damage. Acid damage to that orc, 15 to that one. 30 to that one. And then we gotta do the
And the ones that didn't
orcs.
save take the damage next.
Yeah. The 5d4 later, yeah.
Vote on that. So it looks like the Raider saves. And the Sorcerer does not. Oh, sorry, there are 3. That was the 2 orcs. Raiders. Sorcerer still doesn't save. Jesus. This is devastating.
Yeah. Shall I roll new damage, or are we just going to use the 30 over 4?
We'd roll it again, I think, right? Each creature, on failed save, the creature takes this. And another 5d4.
So we'll hold that 30 for their failed damage. And then the next time we'll do the next 5d4. Got it.
Yeah, exactly. All right. The globule of acid spills out over the orcs, and the wargs searing into them, dissolving their flesh. Ugh. They feel pretty bad about that.
I would like to blow a raspberry in their direction.
Very good. Tora.
Okay. Not Alik.
Not Alik. Tora.
I guess I am going to move up next to Chance, use my bonus action to hide behind this boulder. Boulder hiding.
Roll hard. You feel pretty hidden.
Pretty gosh darn hidden. So which one were we hitting before? The one toward the edge of the table or one toward the middle of the table? The
Ettins? This one's been hit the most.
But you can't get to that one right now.
Well, I will also do a sharpshooter at -5 to hit it.
To this Ettin?
Yeah.
It's gonna bounce off the wall of force.
Oh, because it has a wall of force around it right now. I'm sorry.
I mean, you don't really know that, I guess, necessarily. Ali could shout about it.
Like, it's a wall of force. They're trapped.
We'll take that roll to hit the other Ettin. Those what? -5 plus 10?
+5. Yeah.
Yeah, so that'll hit. 17. Go ahead and roll damage.
So that is a D6 plus a D8.
Oh no, it's sneak attack, right?
Yeah.
So,
So 16 plus. I'm not
Plus
doing
10?
that. 12. 12 plus 15. 27.
So 27. You loose the arrow. Again, sinks into the neck of this Ettin. It struggles and sort of patches the hole.
And another, I guess, just for to hit, 5 to hit.
That will miss for sure.
Or 10 to hit, but that's okay. Sorry.
That will also miss. Whew, just sails past, like hits the other arrow that's sticking out of its neck.
I'm gonna hang out here.
All right. One second. Something got reset, I think. Oh yeah. That's probably fine. Okay. That brings us to the Orc Raiders. And actually their wargs will act on the same turn. As they're currently independent.
Raiders of the Lost Orc.
Exactly. Stay. You move pretty far.
They did start in difficult
terrain.
Don't
Yeah.
remember. Okay.
Let's see. 2. Check their movement real quick. So yeah, I could probably get about here. We were just talking about how nice this terrain is, and it's not working now. These two are struggling against the wall of force.
I think one of those wolves takes poison damage.
Yes.
And the raider. Well, different raiders.
Those should be... Wait, who's rolling that? Why are you rolling that?
I'm preemptively rolling because the two guys that are stuck in the bubble.
Okay.
Those are bad rolls.
I know.
So, these guys move forwards. Yeah, roll your 5d4, right, for the sphere.
Yeah.
I will give it to everyone who should have it.
I'll take that one.
13 more points of acid damage. Do they get another save? No, they just take it, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
That's why I like that guy.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
only 4 to 16 damage. It's not like it's huge, but it's nice.
After the 30 damage you just done.
Well, yeah. But for a level 5 spell, that's not insane damage either. I mean, it's a good spell, don't get me wrong, but it's...
Okay, so these orcs draw short bows, and they're going to fire. Let's see, at least 2 of them are shooting at Lost. Let's say this one shoots at Alik, and these 2 shoot at Lost. So we'll do Alik.
Aha! I laugh in the face of their arrows.
Yeah, you probably do. 16 to hit.
Aha!
Lost. 2 arrows coming your way. Ooh. 15 and 5.
The 15 will hit.
Okay. Cool. 4 points of piercing damage. And roll a con save. With advantage, because everyone's a warcaster.
Yep.
You got it. Alright. Orc Sorcerer's turn. Oh. Interesting. I think it's because it's locked.
Roll the sounds.
What's happening? Can't friggin' select this. There we go. What can he do? He can do a lot of pretty cool stuff, I'm pretty sure. Oh, none of which is showing up. Are you kidding?
Guess that means you can't do it. Blah, blah, blah.
Don't tell me this. Okay, it's just not showing up, but it's there. Oh, yeah. That's a good idea. Okay, so the Orc Sorcerer, as its warg charges up, he readies a tiny spark in his hands of yellow flame and tosses an orb over the heads of his fellow orcs. It lands here and explodes and engulfs you all in fire. So everybody, let's see, Lost, Welgwyn, Alik, Nerida, and Chance all roll dex saving throws.
I am the most dexterous.
I got a 6.
Let me see.
You already take half damage from fire, though, Mr.
It's
Fire.
DC 15, so anyone with less than a 15 takes 25 points of fire damage.
So is it 12 or 13?
Reduced to 12 if you are
Okay.
resistant to fire, or if you make the dex save, it's reduced to 12.
I
So-
did not.
Lost, you take 6, and I need concentration saves for Alik and Lost.
Child.
Oh, did Lost not make the save? Lost, you there?
Oh, I got myself muted. Excuse me. The con save was the part that I said. Oh, well, you didn't hear me say shit. It's an 11. So
That succeeds as long as you didn't take 25 damage or 12
I did not.
damage. Did you take 12?
well, I took half damage because I succeeded on the dex save, and then
And then half
am
again
resistant.
for being resistant. So yeah, you took
Yes.
6.
So I took 6. Yeah.
Even if you took 12, it's not a straight 1-to-1 DC for damage. It's half.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So if it's like 22, then it's 11.
That's
Cool.
so goofy. Okay.
Yeah, but if you take a lot of small damage, it's a lot of con checks. That's kind of
Yeah.
worse.
That brings us to Nerida.
Alright, 1 second. Do I play it risky?
Risky business. Well, I don't know. We kind of have a fight in hand. We don't really need. I'm not saying this.
Sorry. Alright, I think if I go.
Well, Bisley says risky.
Oh shit, I forgot I was right here, right? Alright, I go right here. And I cast Destructive Wave. And I channel Divinity, so I get 30 points for sure. And then I get 5d6 Radiant as well, I believe. Let me double check. On everybody within 30 feet of me. Which should be everybody. All those warg guys, if I get the shape right.
Everybody in front of you, so...
No, it's like everybody within 30 feet of me.
Okay. Let me see. I haven't seen Destructive Wave before. Strike
Oh, wait,
the
no.
ground.
I think I can go here. Oh my
Oh god.
god. If I need to like be moved so that I can hit everybody, I do that.
Can't move quite that far. You can move here.
Oh, I thought I could.
I think you
Was
moved
here?
one extra tile.
No, I was here from Malik. I'm pretty sure. I don't know.
You're in front of Alik, or?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I was in front of it.
Okay.
She was right next to me.
Well, the warg is also taking up
Was
that
I?
spot, so you'll
Then
have to
take-
move
Then
here.
pull me back. If I
Yeah.
wasn't.
I thought you were next to
You
him.
probably know better. I'm a little distracted.
Yeah. So 30 feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That will not reach that guy.
Okay, then I don't. Then I go like here and get these 3 people. That should work. Oh shit, but I'm gonna hit my friends.
No, each creature you choose.
Okay, good.
5d6 thunder as well as 5d6 radiant. And be knocked prone. Oh god. I don't see what save. Oh, con save. 3, 4. Okay, so the wargs. 1, 2, 3. Con
So
saves.
51 points of damage
Dear
or
God.
half on a save. And my save should be 17 now. It's a +1 for proficiency, right?
Yes. Does proficiency contribute to spell save DC? No, it's just.
Doesn't it?
And why is mine
No, I think it's your
16?
spell attack mod.
Which is proficiency bonus and
No, I think your spell attack mod gets proficiency.
My spell, okay. My spell attack mod was only 9.
Okay, spell save DC is 8 plus proficiency plus
Yeah.
spell
Yeah,
mod.
so just 17, I guess.
17.
Plus 16.
Come on. They have what? So 2 of them succeed.
Boo!
Still does a boatload of damage. How much did you say? 30 on a save?
It was 52. The roll plus 30.
Okay, so
from
26 on a save. This one failed. Oh boy. So this warg collapses to the ground dead.
Yeah.
Or it even got to you. How do I unjoint them? That didn't work. I can't unjoint them.
Is it thunder or lightning damage? I think it's thunder.
I think it's thunder.
Man, my knockback is so useless. There's no lightning
See,
spell.
this one
seems like
saved.
yeah, it really seems like it should be lightning.
Or thunder.
Oh, it does it on thunder. It doesn't do it on lightning.
It does it on lightning, not thunder.
Oh,
does
well, you
not-
have lightning storm, right?
Yeah, I've called lightning. But
Nice,
everything else
I
is
guess.
thunder. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of
Not
silly.
knocked prone. Looking at the
Yeah, it
raiders
seems like you
now.
should get
Fail,
lightning
fail,
bolt.
success. So knocked prone while mounted, I believe. Will just not. Oh, if you're knocked prone, you have to make a DC 15 saving throw. Oh, only the first one matters. It fails. Okay, so
And then I move back here.
now I do need to unjoint these. It's not working to like unjoint them.
I forget exactly how, but there's a way. That's all I can say.
I just jointed like the table to one of them. Shit. Gotta go back in time.
Back time, back time.
It's just locked.
Did you you didn't do saves for the orcs in the bubble?
Oh, you didn't. They would have taken insect plague damage and
Yep,
the
okay.
wargs.
And their wargs, yeah, the orcs and the wargs that they are riding. I'll let you
All
finish the
the
task at
orcs.
hand first. of all,
Join
but-
these. Ugh.
So much math. You're all like, "How can I kill all my players?" And now we're just making you do a bunch of math.
Oh, he wouldn't
The
try to kill
essence
us.
of D&D.
Oh, you just
I'm not
click
that
it.
sadistic.
Oh, well, I did make a joke earlier. It was like, how do I kill? 6
Oh, the
level
way you
9
kill is by
characters?
ruining our connection to our gods, clearly.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to be mattering much so
Yeah.
far. Whoa, that like snapped into place. Alright, this orc falls prone, and takes 52 damage.
Yep.
Dear God. Is it even alive? It is. This one also takes 52 damage, and that will fucking kill it. So that that Warg Rider is just deleted.
Yeah.
This guy takes 26. Having a bad time. Okay, and then saves for everyone's still in insect swarm.
Yep.
Warg, orc, Etten. Wait, not Etten, right?
No, the Etten you already did, yeah.
Etten we already did. That looks like a bunch of fails. What is it, con?
15. Yeah, con 15. So there might be a couple saves there, but...
Warg 1 succeeds. Orc 2 fails. Orc 1 succeeds. But Orc 2 fails. Okay. How much damage?
I rolled... Cannot see it anywhere. I think it was 15. It was not great, but I think it was 15.
It was 15, I remember it being bad.
Okay. Wait, he succeeds, so it takes 7. Oh my god, this is horrible. My brain can't take this. Okay.
Let's just never sleep again and then do a ton of math. It'll be fine.
26 and 15 is 24. Okay, as the insects bite and sting, ruin my brain. Top, is that it for you?
I mean, I think I don't get my bonus action, right?
That is correct.
Yeah, then I don't do it. I've just backed up next to Ollie, and that's it.
Okay, Welgwyn. Top of the
Okay.
round.
I am going. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Alright, I'm gonna scooch over behind this rock. And I'm gonna try to hide. Same deal as before.
Alright, roll
I'm
to
gonna
hide.
fall
I can stand you
over.
up, it's fine.
Thank you.
You don't feel super hidden.
Okay. And that's... Oh, I should have used advantage on that. Because I only
do you
moved
mean?
half. I moved...
Oh, yeah.
less than
So
half
roll
of my
again.
total. Cool.
You feel much more hidden than you thought.
Okay. Then I'm going to shoot at this guy over here, all the way on this edge.
Alright. The rider or the warg?
The rider.
Alright, roll to hit with advantage. Pop out from cover quickly, loose an arrow, sails right over the orc rider's head.
Alright, I'm just gonna stay behind my rock then.
Alright, lost.
Okay. What's the best thing to do here? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Maggie would have re-rolled the 1. Oh, because of lucky.
What one?
She rolled a 5 and a 1 on her advantage attack. She should have re-rolled the 1.
That is true, I should have.
You can re-roll it. Okay, that hits.
There we go.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay.
With sneak attack. Do a whole bunch of damage.
Oh, I should
Man,
roll
imagine
2 more.
getting to roll 3 attack die every single turn.
Sorry. Okay, so that's 28.
That's crazy
Plus whatever the
good. Plus 3 for dex, I think.
yeah.
So 31 points of damage to the arrow.
God.
Catches the orc right in the face, like right in the eyes. He's still up, but he's feeling pretty bad. Bleeding heavily from the eye. He continues to charge forwards. Okay, lost.
Okay, I'm going to cast. What did I decide? Yeah, okay. 4th level Erupting Earth on this guy, or these two.
As you go to do so, the Orc Sorcerer casts Counterspell.
What a doink!
He is going to have to roll. Let's see. It's 4th level. Ability check using your spellcasting ability. Because you're casting it at 4th level, he has to do this. Oh, he succeeds. Your spell fizzles. And you fail to cast Erupting Earth.
So what I'm confused about what.
So you use the spell slot.
Yep.
And you use the action.
Well, no, I'm confused about how counterspell works, but I can.
It automatically succeeds on spells of level 3 or lower. When you cast at levels higher than 3, he has to succeed against DC 10 plus the level of the spell with his spell ability mod.
Okay.
She did.
Well, then that's it for me.
All right. Harbinger told Middle League.
All right. Let's see. We are over here. Let's see, we got this shaman guy still up. Some wargs up. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and I'll do guiding bolt right on the shaman. Why not? Just level 1.
All right,
regular
roll the hit.
Guiding bolt. Big hit. That's 11 plus 7. Am I plus 7 now? 3
That'll
and 4,
hit.
yeah. Okay. He gets hit.
The bolt, holy energy, streaks out. Again, difficult to connect to Helm. It takes your entire action and bonus action to cast.
14 damage. The next attack against him is an automatic advantage. With advantage. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and move up near our crazy person.
Actually, that kills him. Exactly.
Oh, well then. Do we still get advantage against him?
Can have advantage on his corpse if you like.
You know it's prone. So good.
That sounds dirty.
Yeah, don't take advantage on the corpse.
Oh, I'll do what I
We're
want.
extracting from holes. We're taking advantage of corpses.
Apparently, Helm doesn't have rules against defiling corpses.
Nope.
Cool.
Can't protect what's dead.
I mean, not specifically.
All right, Etton's turn. This boy. Because he can't get to you. Can't quite.
Damn it.
The other one, again, just struggling against the wall of force.
Yeah. Do a save roll.
Does that last? Up to 10 minutes. Jesus.
It's a long time.
Why is it casting time 1 action? Okay. Con
Because
save.
it's just, I mean...
Almost all of my concentration things are 10 minutes.
Saves.
So
As the bugs bite him.
7 damage.
It takes.
Terrible rolls again.
Yeah, 7 damage. Okay. This one can't quite make it to you this turn anyway. Right? Oh wait, no, it can.
Uh-oh.
I will defend Chance.
He can't attack.
Well,
Aha!
it's fine.
He's
Tool!
charge out here. I think he could have made it further last turn, but whatever. All right, that brings us to Chance.
Oh man, fun. I love being right next to danger, like I said earlier. Gosh.
You'll be fine. You got your protecty boy here.
I'm going to cast Immolation on the Etten.
All right.
That is a Dex saving throw on his part.
As the fire rages around you, you feel this flame swell from within you. He's got to make a Dex saving throw.
Oh, what a dork.
He's gonna succeed. Go ahead and roll damage, though.
Alright, so it's only 46 on the fail.
No, you just roll the dice and it takes half. So
Oh, okay.
Roll all 8d6. Which helped you.
14.
14 points of fire damage as it bursts into flame.
Alright, and then I'm just gonna go, hey, don't hurt me, man. And I'm gonna end my turn.
Okay. That brings us to Cora. You're moving the Etten. Which I am having trouble putting back, but good enough. Okay. You might be muted as well. Can't hear you.
He is indeed.
There we go. Would I be able to make it over to this one rock?
2, 3, 4, 5. You want to go here?
And go there and hide.
Okay, you can certainly hide. He's going to take an AO on you as you leave with disadvantage.
Yeah. That's fine.
Ooh, that's going to hit you, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that 17 hits me.
Well, but disadvantage is 21. Yeah. So. He slashes at you with an enormous battle axe for 13 points of slashing damage as you try to leave. Oh, we did good. Yeah, we did.
Okay, well, what? So he can pretty much see me back here, but the org without rider.
Anything that can't see you, you can't. You don't think you could get a shot at.
Okay, so I'll just hit him.
All right, roll it.
I'll take the -5.
You don't have advantage,
Yeah.
but the 17 plus insane numbers plus 5 will definitely hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
So 23 and a 18. What that next one?
Well,
was?
it's not. You don't have advantage, and you don't have disadvantage, right? So.
It's for both of my shots, just to get it out.
Oh, okay.
He will get a sneak attack too.
Yeah, you will get a sneak attack because Chance is there. Which seems kind of goofy. Chance is not like threatening.
Well, that's not. It's just distracting. You know, it's not about.
That's a matter of opinion.
That too.
Chance doesn't have any melee weapons. He's just like
But he's magic.
hanging out with a
Very
rod.
spooky.
Fair enough, but you're threatening in melee. But yeah, whatever. Anyway, so they both hit.
So it's 2d...
I would be really surprised if this doesn't kill it. And your sneak attack on the first one?
Yeah.
Oh, what is that for?
15.
What is,
'cause
why
it's
are you rolling
already
d10s? Oh, and
that was D10. I'm sorry, that was. I thought that was D6.
oh.
I went the wrong way up the bar.
Yeah.
21 plus 15. 36.
Is that just on the first one?
That's just on the first one.
36 damage on the first one. The thirst one.
With another 15. At least. Do you need me to roll for the second one?
Yeah, roll for the second one. I don't think you could not kill it, but... And another d8, right?
I think it's still 2d8.
No, it's only once per turn that you get the extra die. Pretty sure. It's already damaged. But still, the 8.
Extra d6? I guess not. So just the
I don't think so,
first
but...
d8. So 6 and 5, 11, and another 15, 26.
Yeah, it's super dead. How do you want to do this?
I don't know. Arrows forever. Arrows
Just
and critical.
There's 2 heads, 2 shots. Do 1 arrow to each
There
head.
you
Come
go.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
First shot cracks one in the head, just sticks through, like sticks out the other side. The other one looks over, and the point of the arrow is sticking like right into its eye. It starts turning towards you, and another arrow right in its eye, and it collapses to the ground, defeated. It was a close one. Orc Raiders gonna take some insect damage, I think.
Yep.
Orcs and Raiders stuck in a dome, having a bad day. And the DC is 15?
Correct.
Orc 1 fails, 2 succeeds. Orc 1 fails, 2 succeeds. So, Orc 1 takes 17 points of horrible biting insect damage. Having a bad time, struggling, feeling real bad. Orc 1 also takes 17. Good boy number 2 takes 8. So take 8. All right. He stands up. The orc stands up. Difficult decisions have to be made. Okay. This warg is going to move here and pounce on Alik. Make a athletics or acrobatics check, your choice.
All right, I have something special with athletics. Is this a
It's basically a grapple check.
grapple?
Yeah.
Or is this a contested grapple?
It's contested.
Okay. Okay.
I think it's gonna beat you. What's your bonus?
What did it roll? I mean, I rolled a 1, so yeah,
Yeah.
plus 5.
Well, it
Plus
rolled a
6.
5. Okay, yeah, it beats you. So, you are pounced, you're knocked prone, and you're restrained. While the warg is on you. And it's going to make a bite attack on you with advantage because you're prone and in its grasp. And it crits.
All right then.
And you're gonna have a bad time.
I mean, I'll still be okay.
You'll still be okay for sure. Let's see. So it jumps, pounces on you, struggle. Oh my god.
What the fuck?
You struggle, you're reeling. You've never seen a beast of this size, let alone one jumping straight on you. It pounds you to the ground and just takes a deep bite out of your neck. And you take 34 points of piercing damage.
Oof.
The orc reels around, comes up, and he's gonna attack you twice.
Oh, so that's a 17 DC.
Yeah,
concentration
save.
con, right?
Yep.
Con, so okay. The force wall drops.
I rolled 1 off of maximum damage. Are you kidding?
That's fucking stupid. God. On a crit, no less.
On a crit, the force wall drops. That means the other orcs are free, actually, this turn. Okay. He didn't roll great to hit you. 18?
That does not hit me.
Okay, he's gonna go again. Slashing at you with his sword while you're on the ground. 24.
That'll hit me. Have you now, dwarf? At max damage. What's with this loaded dice?
20 slashing damage as he cleaves into your chest while his wolf holds you down. His warg holds you
that
down.
was 54 damage.
I don't know how I rolled max
What
damage
the
so
fuck?
much. Okay. 1, 2.
Yeah, I told you he was making jokes about how to kill us.
Yeah, he's serious now. He's like, oh, all these 8-sided dice that all say 8 on every side keep rolling 8. What's going on?
It's crazy. It's madness. This org runs up. The rider leaps from it. They find Welgwyn, who's shooting at them. The warg is going to attempt to pounce Welgwyn. Make an acrobatics or an athletics check. Not a save, just a check. Another 5, we'll see. Okay, you succeed. Fails to pounce on you. The orc is going to attack you twice with its axe. 16
That's gonna hit, yeah.
and 13.
That will not hit.
Okay, slashes into you. There we go, that's not max. For 11 points of slashing damage.
I would like to
Brings
use Uncanny Dodge to cut that in half, since
There
I
you
assume
go.
I can see him. Cool.
Yep, you can definitely see him.
Okie doke.
Here. At here, no problem. These guys are finally free. Of course, he's not going to stay there. Can't quite make it to you, Chance. Or Alik. Fortunately for you. There either. Okay. Orc Sorcerer is dead. That brings us to Nerida.
Okay. I am going to Let's see, these guys are 10 feet long, right?
Well, actually, did he make it adjacent to you? He did. No, he can't share that space. Sorry, hang on. Yeah, these are large creatures. The wargs are.
Okay, then I'm going to reach out to Umberly and cast Call Lightning at 4th level right here, so that it hits the tail end of the guy that's pounced on Alik and the guy next to the rock here with Channel Divinity.
Okay. Okay, so you reach out to Umberly. Makes it really difficult to get through. You're struggling. Roll wisdom.
Plan.
You eventually establish the link, no problem. You swirl your arms above your head. You say the magic word, storm clouds form overhead.
That should be, 40 points of damage if I'm not allowed a bonus action.
You're not allowed the bonus
Yeah,
action.
40 points of damage.
Will probably still kill this warg. Yes, it will. So, Alik, you're pinned down by this warg, and it's like snarling and biting at you. It just took a huge chunk out of your neck, and then, and it's like falls to the ground at your side. You're no longer restrained or grappled. This one. 40 points of damage.
Yeah, unless I save to these two guys.
So, oh, unless they save. I didn't realize that.
And then it's half.
Well, they fail. Let's see if
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, they all fail. So this warg also falls to the ground dead, sort of throwing its rider aside. He's got to make a dex save. Let's see. Is he going to live? No. You killed him by 1 point of damage.
Oh, get out of here.
They both crumble to the ground as the lightning slams into them. Just they judder,
Leave my friends alone.
jitter and shake and tumble to the ground dead. All right, anything else?
I can't do anything else.
Okay. I mean, you can move, but
No, I'm fine.
top of the round, Wogwin Woodbarrel.
Okay, I'm going to disengage from these
All right.
folks, and I'm going to get out of here. I'm just going to move back here. And then I would like to shoot at this orc over here.
All right, roll to hit. That'll hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Cool.
You duck, dodge, weave out of the way of your two assailants here. Dodge up around a tree.
Alright, that's 5 points.
Sticks into the orc for 5 points of damage. God, is he dead? Nope. Another arrow stuck into his chest. The one hanging from his eyes, still like bleeding continuously. Anything else?
No, that's it.
All right, that brings us to Lost.
Okay, let's try this again. 4th level erupting earth right here. So hitting the two wargs and the rider.
All right, you're struggling, reaching out to Miliki. Very, very difficult. Roll wisdom.
That's +7.
Wait. Oh,
That'll do
oh,
it.
wait. Okay, good.
The earth erupts in a small area here.
And then they have to make a dex save.
So it's centered
15.
here, right? So it'll be like, is it 10-foot radius?
It's 20. It's a 20-foot cube.
Oh, it's 20-foot cube. So,
So it's a 10-foot radius.
on a
Yeah.
side. Wait, 10 feet on a side? No, 20 feet on a side.
Correct. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, warg, rider. Fail, save. So this warg.
Oh, god damn it. Oh, that wasn't that bad.
That's pretty good. That killed.
I just saw the one and I was like, blah. But
Just didn't quite kill the warg. And they take 15. Oh, that one will die, I think. Yep. This warg, slammed by the erupting earth, crumbles to the ground lifeless. 15. All right. Anything else?
no, I think. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna move just to the other side of this tree.
All right. I think Welgwyn is there, so you can go here.
That's fine.
Okay. Harbikier told Middleek.
All right, so I'll stand up, I guess.
Okay, takes half your movement.
And then, oh man, what are we gonna do? Let's Yeah. All right, I guess I'll just do a big old healing word.
All right. Reach out to Helm. Roll wisdom.
Oh, it's getting harder. That was not. I don't know what happened there. Oh, I did good.
You succeed, no problem. Break through to Helm.
Okay.
You can cast. Is it just healing word?
It's the what's it called? Mass healing word at level 4.
At level 4.
Everyone's gonna get healed, even though you probably don't need it that much. For 5 damage.
Thank you.
Oh boy. The power of Helm flows through you all.
But I get
Wounds
healed
close
for 13.
slightly.
I'm special.
There you go. Anything else?
Do I get my action? That was a bonus action.
Yeah, you get your action.
Okay, then I'm gonna smash. I guess I'll smash this warg right here.
Okay, roll to hit.
I think I hit him. That's like a 20.
Yes, that'll hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Right.
Probably dead. Yeah, he's dead.
That is 13.
So reeling around, you stand up after you use some of the power of Helm to aid your allies. Just smash the warg right in the head. Yep. Crumbles to the ground. The rider falls. He's got to see how cool he is. May not be prone. Oh no, he is. Oh, he fell into the earth.
The earth erupted and consumed him.
It consumed him completely.
It is difficult terrain.
It's very difficult. He falls prone on the ground as his warg falls dead underneath him. He attempts to dismount gracefully. Any more?
I can't do anything else. You know
Okay.
what? I guess I'll move. No, I can't really. So that's all.
Zed just comes charging forward. Ugh! Sees all his slain allies. Has a moment to think between his two heads. Nope. Was okay. Chance.
All right. So let's see. There's 5 dudes still up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then one. All right. This is gonna be fun. I would like to cast a carefully ice storm right. I mean, essentially centered right here, so I can catch everybody, all of the riders and the warg, but also spending 1 sorcery point so that I don't hurt anybody on my team.
So you raise your hands, throw a pinch of dust and a few drops of water into the air, and it summons a horrible torrent of icy chunks from the air. They swirl around, slamming into everything. It's a dex save and 20-foot radius cylinder. Let's see, and you centered it here, so 1, 2, 4. Like, oh, okay, that's not what I meant to do. A little less like that. More like that. think.
Yeah, there we go. It should just catch them all. There we go.
Just like Pokemon. Yeah, that looks right.
Just
Gotta
like
catch them all. Okay. Dex saves. We'll do Warg first, and then Orc.
And that's a 17.
Okay, the Warg definitely fails. Go ahead and roll damage. Warg fails. Orc, I think, succeeds.
Ooh.
Succeeds, fails. The last Orc fails as well. 29 points of damage. Yeah, that Warg is dead. This Orc is dead.
Yeah.
Big time.
Big time.
Big time. He was at like 1 health, I think. Oh, he was at 5.
Okay.
He got fucking obliterated.
Overkill.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of being obliterated, I almost did.
Yeah, that was real rough. 9.5 is 14. Okay, and it leaves behind rough shards of ice, making rough terrain all over this area.
Oh, yeah.
Double rough. Because there's ice on ground and it's double rough.
Yeah. Anything else?
Double rough terrain.
Super rough.
No. Feel pretty confident with myself after that one, so I'm just gonna stand right in a little bit of danger space, chuckling.
Right. Cora.
Okay, I'm going to pop up from my hiding spot and take a couple shots at the Etten. So since I'm hidden, I get advantage on those?
You weren't currently hidden, so you have to roll to hide first if you want to hide as a bonus.
No, I'll use my bonus action to do a hunter's mark on it.
Okay. And then you'll have to, like, come up here to shoot at the Etten if you want.
Really? Even with sharpshooter, we get like 180, I thought.
Yeah, but you just can't see it. You don't have line of sight from down here. There's like a big hill in the way.
Wow. I'm moving, I want to move behind the tree. Keep cover.
Okay. I mean, you can just duck back down behind the hill as well. But
I guess I didn't announce my -5, so both of those are +10.
Those will both hit.
This guy hasn't taken any damage yet, right?
Yeah, he has. For sure.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, then we will do 2d8 and a d6.
He was stuck in insect swarm for like a century.
Mm-hmm.
For 19, and then another
Right.
d8. For 13, for a total of 22. 32.
Yeah, 32. Oof. Both arrows stick into its chest, gushing blood, slowing down. Hey! She's over there, she's over there! That brings us to the Orc Raiders, who are barely alive. They're like, to the death! This guy's gonna stand up and attack. Lost, he gives no fucks. Look at him, he challenges you. 2 swings of the axe. Oof. So we've got a fumble. The first swing, you easily deflect it with the staff and like counter crack it in the head for 3 points of damage. Let's see if it's alive. It's alive. Oof. And then the second one is 15? Yeah, 15 to hit.
Yep, which will hit.
Right. After you crack it, steals itself and swings again, catches you in the chest for 13 points of slashing damage.
What the hell? I'm gonna do Hellish Rebuke on that one.
All right. Roll damage. Does it get like a dex save or anything, or does it just?
It does have a
take
dex save. You have to do a dex save of 14. Oh, lame. Well, actually, that's not terrible, but.
Oh, it succeeds on the save just barely. So it takes 7 damage.
Points. Yep.
And with that, you rebuke it hellishly with fire and delete it from this plane of existence. Scorched corpse falls to the ground. This boy, he's looking at, let's see, is he smart? Yes, okay. He's looking at Alec, who's hurt. He's looking at Chance, who has no armor and no shield. And he's gonna attack Chance with his sword. 16 and 24.
Oh, I
Okay,
mean,
so while defending, then the first one is 16. A 16 hit?
Yes.
16 hits me, yeah.
All right. Slashes into you with his orcish sword for 7 points of damage. The next swing is 17.
Yep.
Cleaves this time into your chest. First time he just kind of like nicked you in the legs. Second slash, just sort of distracted. He catches you in the chest for 16 points of damage.
Woo. My organs.
That brings us to Nerida.
Alright, I will strike the remaining Etten with my lightning.
Yes, the swirling clouds above call down the lightning. Let's see, he gets a save.
14 points. Pretty bad roll.
He gets a save, but he has 2 HP, so how do you want to do this?
Just lightning him so you kind of see his skeleton through his...
Just cartoon style, like
Yeah.
cartoon swear.
style, yeah.
You
Yeah.
see
Street
his
Fighter.
skeleton. You see the 2 skulls encasing 2 tiny pea-sized brains, and scorched falls to the earth. Welgwyn. There's 1 orc left. He's having a bad day.
Ow.
All right. I'm going to hide behind. Who is this? Who's in front of me? Is
Lost?
this Lost?
Yep.
I hide behind Lost. First of all,
Feeling bold today, are we?
actually, I don't have to hide because there are people within 3 feet. Okay.
Well, you can hide to get advantage on the attack, right?
Oh, that's true.
If
Okay,
you're,
yeah, I
like,
will hide.
sneaking.
Very true. And since I'm not moving at all, can I still use Supreme Sneak, or does that have to be if I'm moving
Yeah.
and hiding?
No, you don't have to move. It's just if you've used less than half your movement.
Ooh, I just got disconnected,
Oh no.
which is unfortunate.
It looks like only you got disconnected, which
Yep.
is
Yeah.
somewhat fortunate. It means we didn't just crash.
Yeah, we can
That-
still hear what everyone's saying, so including Maggie.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see if I can get back
I'm-
in.
Do you want me to just roll for you?
Yeah,
just roll.
actually, that'd be great. Can you roll for my hiding?
So it's
with
2d20
advantage?
to hide because it's
Oh, with advantage? Okay, good. Forgot about that. My bad.
because she's super sneaky.
Wow, that's
you're,
a difference.
you're goddamn sneaky. As a 25.
Yeah. All right.
You're certain
so
this orc can't see you.
So I want to shoot him.
All right. Roll to hit with the bow with advantage.
I'm a very tall tiefling as well.
Oh, yeah.
God. Maggie's on fire tonight, even
Yay.
via. Okay, roll damage. That's 66.
66 plus 3.
There's no way this isn't gonna kill it.
Oh, God.
It's very enormously dead. How do you want to do this? Since it's the last enemy.
I want to shoot it through its eyeball hole.
Okay. So you yell out to it like, "Hey, ugly!" and it turns around, and right as it turns, its eyes grow wide as it sees the arrow just wobbling through the air, sinking straight through its eye. The arrow comes right out the other side, ricochets off the rock behind it. You see it like trying to yell, but its brain is just mush, and it slumps to the ground,
Nice.
defeated.
O'Doyle rules.
We did it.
Woo!
Yo, work bites are nasty.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
for
looks pretty
real.
rough.
I've actually got to go for the night, though. So bye, everybody.
Okay,
Good
bye bye.
night.
Hey, man.
Bye,
Good
viewers.
night.
This is more or less where we'll be ending. Is there anything you guys want to do?
Cora wanted to get some work pelts. I think that's about it.
Okay, we can handle that next time too. We can
Yeah.
handle the aftermath of this battle next time because we did go a little bit longer than usual this time.
I'm also curious if these orcs belong to that fun,
Yeah, the red jewel plan.
The
or
happy
whatever.
fun time.
the blood shard, whatever the hell they're called.
Mhm.
I didn't take notes. Welgwyn will know.
He knows everything about history apparently.
Apparently.
Yep. Well, she's
All right.
the only
Very well
she's the only
attention.
person in our group who's of noble birth, so she had a proper
It's
education.
true. Exactly. That's where we'll end for the night. Thank you everyone who showed up. Thank you to the players so much for showing up. You guys are great. I love doing
Horizon
this
says
every week.
goodnight as well. She's annoyed that I'm picked her up.
And we'll see you
But
all
excited
next week for more Tales from Tuatha. Bye.
Bye.
It's better than when she lays on my keep.